movie with Gridman and Dynazenon, and I'm so excited for it. And the character designs of Yume, the main girl, Yume, and Mujina, the kaiju user Mujina.
Actually,
oh my god,
it's pronounced Mujina.
Mujina.
Sorry.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Anime Summit podcast. It's your favorite host with the most, Sam, the bomb, and of course with me every week is Danny Hootenanny.
Hey, hey.
And to your Nick-ternity. Skip it ahead. Would you still be my friend if I did that every 10 minutes?
Zip.
Recruiter, that's our sponsor for today because it is the annual Summies, our anime review of 2021. We each give our top 10 anime of 2021, what we thought about the year, favorite OP and EDs at the end, and of course, for the people who have participated in our Discord, we will go over some of their top 10s as well. And yeah, I don't want to waste too much time. I just want to dive right in. So, links.animesummit.net. You can go there and find everything. I do encourage you to subscribe to the YouTubes, the extra channel as well, and the Discord. The Discord's fun. It's where we all hang out and talk with each other. Patreon.com/Anime Summit. For those of you who are current patrons, thank you so much. It helps a lot for us to get new equipment and all that good stuff. But yeah, that would be great if you could just go to links.animesummit.net and have fun. Just explore everywhere. But yeah, dude. Let's just jump right in. Let's just do it. Let's fuck it, okay? Fuck you. All right? F you. Listener
Fuck
question.
you too, Sam.
Let's
What the hell?
just yell at everyone. Just tell them to fuck off. Listener question of the week, Nick. What do you got?
All right, let me scroll up there. It's listener question of the week. This is from Snowman, who ironically lives in a warmer climate. What is your favorite episode of 2021? Just one episode, even if the rest of the show wasn't that great. One episode.
Yeah, this was
Just one bite. Everybody knows the rules.
I'm
Chuck E.
gonna
Cheese,
say...
it's actually a pretty good pie. I've been watching some of those on YouTube. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Danny, you go ahead. I gotta, cause I'm back for.
I did not even prepare for this one
So
at all.
I realized almost completely forgot that we were gonna do this question.
Yeah, we should have thought about this.
I mean, I was, unlike you, anyway. But I was thinking about it. I was like, oh shit, like I don't even remember that far, kind of thing. But then, as I was like scrolling through AniList and even trying to figure out what OP and ED I wanted to pick for this episode, my memory has started like remembering which episodes and stuff, and I want to say my favorite episode would have to be the part where I forget his name.
What show?
But it was from those Snow White notes when he was playing his shamisen and his mom was singing in his apartment and she had the window open and the whole like community stopped what they were doing just to listen to the music that the main character I forget his name, but the main character of the show and his mother was like performing and stuff. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Anything with the shamisen is cool. Anything.
Yeah.
Sam, and you're not allowed to say the finale of a show. Hard mode. You can't say the last episode of anything.
Do you got one, Nick, or no?
Okay, my favorite episode and probably the best episode of all time, the final episode of Wonder Egg Priority.
You said no. You said no final
episodes.
episodes.
I'm just kidding.
Number one.
On that one.
Number one. You said no final episodes, and number two, you don't even like that show. So shut up.
No, I actually just took it off my list. Spoilers, because you guys are gonna talk about it. So there we go. Okay, I don't know what episode it was, but the one that sticks in my mind is redo of Healer, the show that's like extremely rapey and screwed up.
Can you be a real person? Like, you're not serious, right? Like,
This is the one that sticks in my mind. Okay, that's all I can say. The guy threatens this girl with a brand or with his dick. Okay, and she gets to pick one. Does she want to get cow prattled or whatever, or does she want to get stuck? Okay, that was the episode, and yeah, that's kind of that whole show. Show is not very good, but that episode was kind of crazy, and it made me watch the rest of the show.
You're weird. It's weird. You're weird.
And plus, there's boobies. There's booba.
I was going back and forth between the first episodes of a few things. And I was going to say the last episode of Dragon Maid S, but if
Hard mode.
If we're doing, like, yeah, I would say the first episode of One Drag Priority. Because Shin Wakabayashi directed it, and he just... Guy knows what he's doing. Like, he just is fucking good at what he does. His resume is really huge. But the, Aoi Otani doing, like, the key animation for the first 5 episodes. It's just crazy. She's crazy. So, but yeah, that's my favorite episode. I had a few of them. It was kind of hard. It was kind of tough to choose a lot of these. It's always tough. Every time we do a Summies, I feel like it's tough. But, yeah, dude. Danny, what's the waifu in his bando?
Waifu is Hina from Tokyo Revengers.
The Ride or Die? She's
The Ride or Die. And then husbando is Fushi from To Your Eternity.
Oh shit! We should have picked the other guy from To Your Eternity. What's that guy's name? The helmet guy.
Too late.
I don't know. I have no idea. I dropped To Your Eternity, so I have no idea any of the characters.
But yeah, there you go. So let's just as we do each Summies, we do our top 10, right? We don't spend too much time on the first 5 as much as we do in the last 5, and of course the last our number ones of each. That being said, there will be honorable mentions, of course. We're just gonna go down round table each of our number 10s the way it's listed on here, which is Danny, Sam, and then Nick, and then back around, going downtown. Anybody got initial thoughts? Because I have an initial thought.
Oh, for like the whole year?
Yeah, for like the whole year. Do you have an initial, because I'll tell you, just for me personally, and this is just a personal thing for me, is there were so many shows that I wanted to put on my top 10, and there were so many things that I didn't watch because, like, I got a new job in the fall, and, a lot of BS happening in the spring, and I kind of was just fumbling a little bit, and I just, like, felt really bad because as I was going through all the pages to, like, pick my top 10, I was like, man, why didn't I finish this? Why didn't I watch this one? Oh man, I wanted to watch that one, and I just dropped the ball. And I want to be able to relay that stuff to you. But that being said, our podcast, the reason why I like it is because it's 3 hosts who tell you what we like personally, and then our listeners, from what I've heard, our
tell
listeners
us the correct answers.
For you, maybe, because you don't know your own opinion. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. But, like...
I didn't watch enough YouTube reviews this time.
Our listeners will always be like, oh, man, I can align my taste with, like, Danny and Nick's, or man, my taste is kind of like Sam's, or mine's kind of like Danny's, or I'm with Nick on that one. I feel more like Nick's taste aligned with mine, that kind of thing. And I think that's why I like our podcast, because, like, it's not a straight-up review podcast. It's a straight-up, like... yeah, we're reviewing this for you because we liked it, and we can recommend you, like, well, I think Nick is the best recommender here, but, like, it's
School
easier
Days,
for
Watch Club.
aside from School Days, but, like, I feel like that's why our podcast is why people like it, is because we can tell you what we like.
We all have our we all have our shtick.
Danny's is like the Fujo romance, card captor-y, fruits basket-y, girly anime, and she would destroy me in that. And
I would like to change
robots.
that term from girly
And-
to feminine.
Okay, feminine-y, and then so Sam is the dreidel. What is that game called again? Oh my god, dude, I can't fucking think.
I think my taste is like,
What's that game where you throw your spinning top in the middle?
Beyblade?
You're the Beyblade, okay? Yeah.
All right.
Proxy
Look,
battles,
Leave the proxy
giant
battles
robots,
out of this.
Beyblades, and animal face Johnsons. That's Sam.
It's eclectic but picky.
Yes.
That's what I'll say.
And then
Hipster.
I am just trash and avant-garde art.
But we still watch stuff outside of that, though, and I think what's cool about
we
it...
all like shonen.
Yeah, I think that what's cool about it is, like I think it's diverse between the three of us, but man, like, our listeners has, together, I think has the most diverse taste. It's so amazing, like, how diverse the taste is among all of our listeners, and I just think that's really cool. That being said,
And it's
going
a good
forward,
thing that we have different top tens, everybody, because that means there was many good shows this year, unlike 2020.
that's what I was going to
It's like-
say. That's what I was going to say.
It's good to have a variety. It's like the Ghibli movies; like you can pretty much order them in any order.
Right. That being said, I do want to watch more, and I will do better this year to watch more. And I know you guys are going to go like, Sam, don't beat yourself up. We love your content the way it is, blah, blah. You do great. We just love you. That's fine. But, like, for me personally, I just, like, for me, I want to do it for me. I want to be able to watch more. Like, I got to get on that Nick watching habit time.
Oh,
You know,
no, you
like-
don't. I've slacked off big time.
Okay, I'm like circa 2016
Yeah,
Nick. You know what I mean?
2016, that was my heyday.
Yeah, circa 20,
could touch me.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Until I came around.
Except for Bob Man.
Yeah, I need Danny
supposed to be the
I need Danny graduating. I need
Danny goes even further beyond Super Saiyan 3 for like
She goes even
2 weeks.
beyond.
And I don't even do it at 2 times speed.
Danny's
need
hair
to-
grows out to like triple the length of her body, and it's all golden, and she's like spirit bombing us. And then I'm just in a crater like Yamcha.
She's that fan art from the early 2000s where somebody drew a Super Saiyan Sailor Moon. So it was Sailor Moon, but it was like really spiky, super long hair. But like no, like yeah, I want to do circa 2016 Nick, circa graduating from college Danny. That's like the level I'm trying to get. Like, but anyway. That being said, what are your guys' initial thoughts about this year? I thought it was a great year, and
Honestly,
that we missed a lot of shows.
like
I missed a lot of shows.
there was a lot of shows that I really liked this year. Like there were a lot of good hitters and everything like that, and this and like I was even listing my honorable mentions because I was going down the list of the full year. And I was just all like, man, like, I liked this show. I liked this show. This show was good. And I'm just like, crap. Like, my honorable mentions list is really long. And I don't want to put too much on there. But because there's so much that you can say about 2021.
Yeah, there's like
So-
200 shows that came out, or 160 or some stupid amount.
And I think the only reason why there was like a lot of shows this year was because a lot of them were delayed from 2020.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, looking
So
back
I
at my
feel like
2020
we were
top 10,
definitely. I
it's a little
feel like
thin.
we were definitely overwhelmed with the amount of shows that came out in
Yeah,
2021.
there was a few times this year where we did the season review, and Nick was like, "There's just too much shows."
Yeah.
I didn't have time, even at 2 times speed.
I
What
mean,
about you,
even in
Nick?
my honorable mentions, like I didn't even enlist the ones that I like, the ones that I really enjoyed. I just mentioned a few that I remember.
Right. What about you, Nick? What do you think about 2021?
I'm just comparing it to 2020, and 2020 for me not counting sequels,
Right.
it only had like maybe 5 really good shows. Maybe not. Maybe only like 4 really good shows from 2020 for me.
Right.
But there's a few pretty good sequels there. But yeah, 2021 there's a shitload of good stuff, and another show that I'll name later. But you know, I had some trouble making my top 10 here, and I purposely did not include any sequels in my list. So
I got a
take
few
that for
sequels
what
in
it's worth.
mine.
I know you
but-
guys did. That's fair. You know, I was just trying to do it my way. So
Yeah,
I
no,
actually
I get you.
when I was I cut out a few of seasonal ones. The only one that I have is, well, we'll talk about it later. So, but I only
Okay.
have one this year
you can
because
guess
there were
what
definitely there were definitely a lot of good shows. I mean, even the sequels were really, really good too. But you know, we have to give some of like the newer shows that don't have second seasons a chance to like shine and
yeah,
stuff like that.
we don't want to do the
so.
Crunchyroll thing where it's like My Hero Academia every year. You know, we're not doing that.
As much as I love My Hero, the fact that
yeah,
it won
it's good.
the fact that it won Best Fight over that Momoshiki fight from Boruto pissed me off. So dumb. Anyway, that was
Hey,
like
that's
2
the whole
years
point
ago.
of award shows is they try to get you angry. Okay.
That's what they
get
want. They
you
want to get a
talking.
rise out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they know I'm
Activate your
sensitive.
almonds.
Yeah, they know I'm sensitive and get mad at everything. Okay, here we go. Danny, as long as you're going, let's start with your number 10, huh?
Oh, okay. Well, my number
And make it
10 's
snappy.
My number 10 is Skate.
Oh no, she's going at halftime speed. It's my kryptonite.
Yeah, Skate was fucking cool, man.
Oh, dude, love it.
It's just so freaking pretty and
And I love that
like-
Nick loved it. Like,
Yeah, that was just like super surprisring when like Nick is all like, "This is awesome!" Like I'm
It's
just
just a
like,
bunch of bros celebrating each other's strength.
yeah, for real. Like,
It's not gay. It's friendship.
dude, it's not gay, dude. It's just, dude, you're sucking my dick. If anything, you're gay. I'm not gay.
I barely even like it.
But yeah, the
says the
characters are-
person who really enjoyed the OP to it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
his best.
No, I was. Never mind. I was trying to pretend that. I was trying to pretend that I was getting an acted upon me, and then I was. Yeah. Just start talk. Just talk.
Yeah, so like, yeah, no, the characters were super cool, and you know, even some of like the supporting characters were designed really. The designs are like just really out there, and just, you know.
I mean, it's the same, like just the same director who directed Free. You know, Hiroko Itsumi.
That's right. That's right.
So, you know, I mean, she even directed Banana Fish as well. So,
In 10 seconds,
It's-
Danny, what is Skate?
Skate is about two boys who skate on skateboards. It's not like Yuri on Ice. It's like with skateboards,
And they race.
and they race.
And they race in a thing called S. Isn't that what it's called? S? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
It's
go
not
down
really
a
like-
hill.
It's not really like street skating. Like,
It's pretty much. It's like
Yeah.
Initial D on skateboards.
They do some street skating though. Like they do ollies and
It's
shit.
Initial
but,
D
like,
on
yeah.
skateboards.
And
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, this show definitely had a big antagonist. I mean, I would even say he's a villain, really.
Adam?
Yeah.
My
Like,
boy.
I would say he was like for a show that isn't really like, you know, that kind of like shonen spark kind of thing, but it had those like similar elements where it kept you engaged in what was going on, and it gives you like that bad guy that, you know, the heroes need to go up against and everything. And I think Langa definitely delivered a lot of his growth throughout the whole show, especially from when he was practically a pro snowboarder, and he's never skateboarded before and stuff like that. So he definitely takes on that whole prodigy personality. and even with Reiki as well, like he, you know, you saw him at his lowest and he thought that like he wasn't as good as Longa, but then he realized, well, he realized that him like he is definitely he's good at different things that Longa isn't good at. So
yeah, he's not better, just different, you know, like he kind of
like he has his strong like Reiki has his strong points and Longa has his strong points too.
Right.
And that's what I really liked about the show.
Because they complement each other that way, like throughout the show.
And I mean like and they were like they're, you know, best friends and everything like that. So and you know, it's not like the whole where they never fight or anything like that. They definitely had you know, their issues and stuff like that, especially with Reiki. Like he, you know, didn't want to speak to Longa anymore, and he didn't even want, like, he felt like he didn't even want to skateboard anymore either. So there were definitely some turmoils among, you know, the characters and stuff like that.
Made for interesting as it went on, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, even all the supporting characters in the show were great. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So.
Skate's a good one.
Yeah.
So good that it might be mentioned later.
I knew Danny would really like that one. And
I didn't think I would like that one at all.
Yeah, I thought it was great, yeah. So the reason why my number 10 is the way it is because...
Yeah, Sam.
So...
What the hell?
I know, so we're a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but like, it's literally... Actually, I would probably interchange it between 9 and 10. Like, I feel like they tie. But that's because this is just a personal dumb thing. It's my fault because I like the manga better, but I put Tokyo Revengers at 10 because Studio Leiden Films, okay, and they did 24 episodes, went from spring to fall, and or summer to fall, sorry. And I just it's not that it was bad. It was a pretty good adaptation, and they did it pretty well and everything. It's just that I read the manga.
You're a filthy manga reader.
I think the manga is better than the anime. And
I will definitely agree with you on that.
That's true for most.
However,
manga.
The anime definitely like kicked me in the butt and said, you have to read this because you're not going to be able to wait, once a week for one episode to come out.
They got Danny.
Right.
The anime was a successful advertisement.
It was almost like, and I mean, the manga sales have skyrocketed since the anime. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think if a lot of it happened because like what happened to Danny, like that makes total sense. If there are some anime only people, that's fine too. It's just that I've loved it for a long time, and I did a lot of thinking while I was making this top 10, and I just like the manga better. And but I'm glad that it got made, and I can't wait till they make more because I know it's going to get people hooked, and it's such a cool story, and it's about Takemichi transferring back in time. I won't get too much into the weeds of how he does it, but he relives his delinquent days and gets involved in the more higher up rank gang shit, Bosuzuku gang shit going on, and it's straight up butterfly effect. Every time he tries to fix something, something gets fucked up in the future, and he goes back a few times, and it's really cool.
I will also say that I feel like Tokyo Revengers, for your list at least, Sam, it's at a good point. Like I now that I've recollected my thoughts and I started thinking while you were talking, I would also say that like it got heavily edited and censored for us.
We've mentioned that before. We don't need to go over it.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just like pointing it out that like it's for being on Sam's list for being at number 10, like that's also kind of like a key point on like, you know, it was good, but you know, it was just heavily edited and censored for
And
the
also-
US and everything.
Yeah, and also for me, the manga just goes a little faster. There's a little bit too much
Oh
exposition.
yeah, you go at whatever speed you
Yeah.
want. You know what? You know what make the anime go faster, Sam?
Putting it at 2 times
Don't
speed.
say it. Don't say
Now
it.
you're getting it.
Now you know why. That's a secret. But yeah, that being said, you know I love delinquent gang shit. I love that. It's like one of my favorite like anime manga genres ever. So like, I would hope. This is me still holding out for a Crows, adaptation of Crows. Like, you know, hopefully people love Tokyo Revengers so much that they start getting into others like Drop and Crows and Worst and QP and things like that. I think Ken Wakui is doing a good job with the story right now. It's getting a little slightly dragged out a little bit because the chapters are getting short, but like this last chapter was pretty long, and I'm very excited to. I'm pretty sure it's towards the end right now, so yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, Tokyo
It's
Revengers
kind
is
of
great.
like it's kind of like Erased or ReZero or Steins Gate. If anybody hasn't seen it yet, it's a little bit like those. It's a little different too, but
I would say it's more close to Erase than
yeah,
Steins
it's
Gate
kind of a
or
mixture of all of them, you
ReZero.
know.
Yeah, but then add in like the delinquent gang shit and people punching each other for some gang shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's really So yeah,
Does Durara have that? This is on the recommendations too.
I don't know. I've never
Greenfish?
seen. But anyways, Nick, what about your number 10?
So my number 10 I just changed. I think it used to be a different one, but I saw it on your guys' list, so I figured I'd highlight something else. Also, I think I like this one better anyway. Okay, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagataro. This is my number 10.
That one was a good one. I almost
course,
put
Nick.
that on, but you know.
Nick's favorite anime is the girl annoying the main guy.
She has a skin fang, and she's tan, and she has almost a 5 head, but not quite. And she bullies me. Because I am the protagonist in this story, okay? That's me, not Naoto. Naoto is Nick. And I'm getting bullied.
Nikto.
And yeah, so that's like the whole point of this. It's pretty much the same as Uzaki-chan, Takagi-san, any of the bullying anime. What is it? Girlfriend, Rent a Girlfriend a little bit. Not really, but kind of.
Not really.
This is on the
No.
list, so I don't know why people are recommending it.
It's probably because the main guy's a loser. But yeah.
Yeah, well, he always is, you know.
In Rent
It's
a
so that
Girlfriend.
I can feel better by comparison. It's like, bro, I would have got it. I would have done it.
I would have got it.
I would have taken her right there in the art room.
Oh God.
But yeah, Nick, you like these shows. 'Cause you're
Yeah,
a
I was
Bucks
actually
fan.
first introduced to this before the show came out. There's a video on YouTube. I mentioned it in our review. I forgot the name of the video, but it's like it's like this music video of like Nagataro and a couple of other anime girls just like sneering down at you, and it's like this like deep bass music. I'm like, oh, that's what she is. Okay, so, but yeah, you know, it's actually a very cute romance. And it actually has like some feels to it a little bit near the end, and you know it's great because Nagataro is kind of like she's kind of like he said no pickles meme, you know what I mean? Like when Peach is defending Luigi, no, not Peach, Daisy. You guys know that meme, right?
Yeah.
No.
Excuse
Yeah, where
me,
it's
he
like-
said no pickles.
Where the
She
the
goes up to-
girlfriend.
And like Luigi is just standing like coy in the background, like he's too embarrassed to send it back.
That's me to Trisha, dude. Because she has like a little bit of anxiety, you know. It's just like,
Yeah.
they forgot my my pickles. I'm like, oh, do you want me to turn around? She's like, no, I don't want you to tell you.
Dude, if a girl did that for me, I'm just saying, wedding ring right there. Let's go. But
I'll be
okay,
like, I turn around and be like, dude, I'm turning around right now. Dude, like, you want pickles? We can get you pickles.
Sam goes full. What's that? Oh crap! I can't remember the name of the movie, but the you know the movie where the guy's in the restaurant and he like pulls out a gun and he's like, the customer's right. Give me the breakfast.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's like at some like burger place. Yeah, but yeah, dude. All right.
But
So
yeah,
that's,
Nagataro. It's Falling Down. That's the name of the movie. I was
Falling
gonna
Down.
Google it.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, okay, that has nothing to do with Nagataro.
yeah.
that would be Sam doing the pickle meme, which is like
That's me.
Nagataro. So
That's
yeah,
me.
we're connecting them.
That's
But
me
yeah,
getting pickles.
Nagataro's probably the cutest girl of the year too. Maybe? Question mark? I don't know. Okay. And it's just a fun rom com. That's what it is. It's a really good rom com. Everybody check it out. If you like bullying, there you go.
If you like bullying, there you go. All right, Danny, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is actually Beastars. Actually, wait, hold on. Whoops, I was looking at the wrong list. I was looking at yours. Whoops.
Nope, you already said it, Danny. Your word is binding.
No. My number 9 is Ranking of Kings. Whoops.
King in our Discord is just Arthur fisting right now. Just number 9. Are you kidding me?
Arthur fisting.
Okay, to be fair, the reason why it's number 9 is because it's not finished yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, but man, this show is just so cute, and I'm just in love with the main character.
Boji gang.
It's Boji.
Boji gang.
Is just adorable, and I really loved when him and Kaji like first met and everything, and Kaji was all like, "Give me your clothes and all your money," and
keeps giving him stuff.
Yeah, and he just keeps like giving him all his clothes, and then he just keeps going home, just in his underwear and everything like that. So
Boji's first friend.
And
what is Ranking of Kings, Danny? You gotta in 10 seconds. What is Ranking of Kings?
Ranking of Kings is about a prince named Boji who is deaf and also a mute, and he wants to go on an adventure with his friend Kaji, to become a king himself, because his brother actually took the throne from him, his stepbrother. So, well,
and there's a bunch of like
half brother
machinations going on in the background. There's like a magic mirror and like
there's a magic
other
mirror,
factions.
and also Boji is he's not a human. He's actually a species of giants.
Yeah, he's part giant, but he's also small.
Well, no, he's not part giant. He is a giant. It's just that something went wrong in the
Imagine if he wasn't a giant, how small he would be.
I think he would pretty much be the same size.
Boji is basically me, because I'm part Dutch, but I'm only like 5'8", 5'9". So I am Boji.
But yeah, it's still going, so that's why I didn't.
Yeah,
put it on
so
mine,
that's
but
why I
also,
put it. That's pretty much why I put it at number 9.
I think that's fine to
because it's still
include it, honestly.
ongoing.
Like,
Yeah,
if it's good
yeah.
enough, fuck it. I put, honestly, it's on my list. Where is it? You'll have to find out. It's on my list.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, Ranking of Kings is really good. Y'all should watch it. Okay. Number 9 for me, I put Beastars Season 2 because Animal Face Johnson's. What more?
See, I was gonna put this, but then I decided not to because I already have something else of a continuing season. So,
and the reason it was lower for me is because I didn't enjoy it as much as Season 1, and as much as I loved it, the things I'm going to talk about above, I enjoyed more. So that's just for this year.
Yeah, I feel I can agree with you on that. I feel like, ever since it Netflix got Beastars, so like we literally had to wait, almost an entire, season for it to like just air for us and stuff. So I'm actually hoping now that Netflix is kind of like getting their shit together and doing episodes weekly, even though they're like a week behind on when Japan airs them and stuff. I'm hoping that for season 3 of Beastars, it'll start like airing weekly instead of just like throwing it all at us and everything.
Oh yeah, because Netflix is starting to do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I will say the events that happen in season 2, like, were honestly my most favorite when I was reading the manga. I still haven't finished reading the manga yet, and I really need to finish it because season 3 is actually going to be Beastar's final season. So I have to get on that bandwagon and read it. So
and Legoshi best boy. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Hands down.
Do they find out who ate the other animal?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Was it Legoshi all along? I'm guessing.
How about you just fuck off?
How about you just watch it?
How about you just
okay?
read? We didn't watch it.
I take that as a yes. Okay, not watching it. I already know what happens.
Okay, shut up.
I'm just kidding.
Also, the OP is really good. Kaibutsu by Yoasobi.
That is my favorite one.
It's so sick. I
Dude,
love
just
it.
put,
It was
I
on
love
our.
the
put a little
song.
clip of it in there.
It was on our radio hour. No, it's on our radio hour. You can go to our radio hour. Listen to our fucking radio hour, bitch. But yeah, no, I fucking yeah. It's like Animal Face Johnson's in high school, or no, it's like an academy. But yeah, it's like
I mean,
it's
still high school.
It's like Riverdale, but Animal Face Johnson's
It's
and
like
not
Euphoria,
terrible.
but less horny.
But
Or
less,
more
but
horny.
less.
Maybe it's
but
more
less
because it's animals.
It could be less or more horny, and it's Animal Face Johnson's. And Legoshi is just having trouble finding balance
watch
between.
Euphoria.
Yeah, it's like Zootopia anime because like there's predators and like non-predators.
Well, not really, but I don't know. I've heard people say it's not like Zootopia, but I haven't seen Zootopia, so I don't know.
No,
what the fuck
just in terms of like the theme of like predators and non-predators living amongst each other. You know what I mean? Like just that theme by itself. But
so it's like Jawa's
yeah.
reincarnation. Predators and
Okay.
non-predators.
Okay. All right, Nick, just say your number 9 before you ruin something else.
All the
Just
men
go
are
ahead.
the predators. All right. My number 9. What did I pick for number 9? Taisho Maiden Fairy Tale. This one came out of left field.
Show
This
sucks.
is something Danny would like. I don't know why you haven't watched it yet, Danny, and frankly, I'm offended. This is
Wait, which one?
Taisho Maiden Fairy Tale.
Listen, Arceus came out, and so I started playing that, so I didn't have time to watch anything.
That's fine.
You can no longer yell at Nick for playing Pokemon Unite in place of watching it.
Danny, I will forgive you if you post ugly Arceus screenshots and @Sen on Discord.
It's not that ugly. God,
It's
you guys
really not that bad.
I don't know why
It
everyone
literally
keeps
looks
saying
like a
that.
Pokemon game.
So
Everyone
whatever
is
you gotta tell
comparing it
yourself.
to Breath of the Wild. That's why people are saying that it looks ugly.
Can't beat the greatest game of all time, but you know.
Okay,
Anyways,
Taisho
talk
Maiden
about
Fairy
your
Tale.
freaking show, okay?
Taisho Maiden Fairy Tale.
Okay. This takes place in 1992 in Japan, and they are okay. You got a rich boy. He hurt his hand. His mom died in a car crash. He's all sad and shit. His dad's an asshole. He sends him to live off in some faraway house, and then this girl is sold to their family, and turns out she's fucking Angel. She's basically literally the perfect waifu, and it's just a very sweet romance show, and like she heals him, he helps her. She also heals his sister. She's basically like this girl should be in the show Aria, like because that's how like ridiculously like saccharine she is. There, I use a different word. Yuzuki, that's her name, and that's kind of the show. Like look, it's not like a masterpiece or anything, but in terms of romance, it's just like if you want something like ultra super duper sweet, that's kind of what this is. It's almost like Ore Monogatari, I would say, except in a different time period. And apparently a little bit like Fruits Basket. I'm seeing some other things on here. Duke of Death is made. Tonikaku Kawaii, a little bit like that. A little bit, probably better, definitely a better show than that one. But although the OP is not as good, that OP was a bop.
No,
But-
Tonikaku Kawaii is better than this one. This one sucked.
No, you're wrong. Fuck you. You haven't even watched it yet, son. What are you talking about?
Taisho Maiden Fairy Tale, I watched enough to know the guy is just a little bitch.
Yeah, he's a Shinji, and he gets better. He eventually teaches kids. Okay? There you
You
go.
should teach kids to fucking kill your dad when they're being a dick. That's all you have to do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we
That's
went
all
over
you
this
gotta
last
do.
time.
All
Okay.
you have to do, dude, is man up. Actually, not man up, but just, grow a pair of tits. Why don't you, okay? Take a knife, slit your dad in the jugular, take all his fucking money, win.
Huh, looks like no one was in there all along. All right. maybe certain viewers might get that reference. Don't nobody say it. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Taisho Maiden Fairy Tale, great romance. I just realized I have 2 romances right away, and this is so not me. So I gotta fix this shit. Okay.
Okay.
My top.
I
are not
wouldn't.
romance.
I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it. I think.
No,
it's
I know.
fine.
I'm just saying I need to like put some manly things so I don't look soft.
Oh God.
Okay, Danny, what's your number 8?
I'm just kidding. Baki, you're going to number 8.
My number 8 is Wonder Egg Priority. I know it's pretty low because
Not as low as
I
mine.
mean,
Well,
that,
no, I
that
mean,
show is definitely. I mean, it's definitely like a staple, and it definitely had its trending phase and everything like that. So, but I mean, as much as I really enjoyed watching it and stuff, it to me it was a little bit on the slow pace for me at least, and when did it come out? Oh, winter.
I mean, all that
2020?
matters is. So, are you saying it's low in general or low to you? Because all that
No,
matters
just
is what's-
low to me.
Okay,
I'm pretty
that's
sure
what matters.
I'm pretty sure if I rewatched it just to refresh my memory and everything like that, I'm pretty sure I would rank it higher in my list. So, but I mean, there was even controversy for that final episode.
What is Wonder Egg Priority in 10 seconds?
I'm not gonna say anything
This one's kinda hard.
because it's also on someone else's list, so I'm gonna let.
Well, just like
them
basically
talk
what
about
type
it.
of show is it?
It's literally like a magical girl show. It's
Okay.
like Madoka Magica.
Yeah, except without like the transformation part. And
Yeah.
there's it deals with these 4 girls trying to going through these dreams by cracking an egg, and then dealing with the person that comes out of the egg, and dealing with
Yeah, it's
like
like-
girls'
It's
suicide.
like, Flip Flappers a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it's a little flip flapperish actually. Yeah, very much so. But like we can talk about it more later. But yeah, I think it's a very great show. I love Wonder Egg Priority, and yeah,
It was okay.
I ordered the special edition Blu-ray.
Oh, you
That's-
did?
Yep.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, that should be coming in April. I missed the art book. I really wanted the art book with the cells in it. Maybe I'll find it on Sendico. I don't know. But yeah, we'll talk about it. But I think yeah, no, I'm with you, Danny. I feel like a lot of people had a lot to say about the last episode. I definitely have a lot to say about it. Because it was weird, right? Because like it aired in spring, and then the last episode came out in summer.
Yeah.
Well,
this
So
one
it's-
was plagued
Actually,
with production
the Wonder Egg
issues.
aired in winter.
Yeah, they had to
and-
delay like some
Oh, that's right,
episodes,
that's right, yeah.
and then they had to like really
Yeah.
delay the last one, and it was like a special. And there was a whole thing about it, and a lot of people. Anyway, so
Yeah. And
it's
yeah,
one of
it
those
aired in
shows with
winter,
like
yeah.
really high highs, but then really low lows, potentially depending on your taste.
Right.
Yeah. So
But-
the last episode aired in
June.
spring, in June. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. I mean, it had its moments, and you definitely have to mentally prepare yourself when watching this show.
Now, if you watch 2 times
Definitely-
speed,
Yeah. Okay. So aside from
Don't
Nick's,
watch it at 2 times speed,
Yeah,
please.
don't-
except aside from Saw Nick over here, I very much, if you're going to watch it, and I'll talk a bit more about it later. But if you're going to watch it, like super trigger warning on like suicide and sexual assault and other stuff. I'm just saying. But anyway. Yeah, dude. Sorry, Danny. Were you done, or I didn't want to cut you
No,
off?
I was done. I mean,
Okay.
I don't really have much to talk about of it and stuff because, like I said, like it aired
think-
in winter, so
I think you want to rewatch it, don't you?
I kind of do, in all honesty, because
Or at least the parts where.
I felt like I actually want to rewatch the whole thing.
Okay.
Because from what I remember with the show is there were some parts where I wasn't really paying attention. Like I kind of got bored with some parts because of the pace.
Yeah,
with
there's like some episodes near the end weren't as like the first like 8 episodes were the best ones, I think.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because they had production issues, so they had to like fuck around with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I don't know. I feel like if it I want to say if it has an English dub, I kind of want to watch the dub and see if I'm more like engaged in watching it versus watching it in sub, because I kind of, there were even a couple episodes where I actually like ended up falling asleep with it on. I'm just like, this is not good.
Yeah, there is a dub for it. Yeah, Michaela Krantz actually plays I.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so, but anyway, yeah, okay, for sure. My number 8 is Call Me Can't Communicate, and it's just like I'm telling you,
It's so
man.
good.
And yeah, it's just this girl Comey. She's just got the social anxiety so bad to the point where she just can't talk to people. And she meets a guy named Tadano, and he tries to help her get 100 friends. And just like each episode kind of goes through that. Some episodes are segmented into like 2 or 3 smaller episodes, and it's based on a manga, I think. And it is okay. And I am getting more and more into these slice of life shows, I tell you what. But, like, I never thought that I would like something almost as much as Dragon Maid. And this came super close.
So how come it's on number 8 and not higher?
Well, I mean, I didn't like it as much as Dragon Maid because I love Dragon Maid. But, like, I don't know what you're getting at. But, like, yeah, it came close is what I said. It came close. In terms of slice of lives that I like. And it just like, I don't know, it's just super cute. It's really adorable. And each episode, she's kind of making a new friend. And like, she's realizing as she goes on that everybody else has some kind of quirk about them, you know? And they don't really view her anxiety as something that cripples her as much as it is like, and plus they're kind of naive about it because they don't fucking realize that that's what she has. They think that she's just quiet because she's like, super beautiful and whatever, you know, and I think that kind of works in her favor because then she's able to like get away with things, which also is like a double-edged sword. It's kind of a curse because she wants to talk, and it's just kind of funny in that way. It's like very Three's Company type misunderstanding, like sitcom misunderstandings happening, and it's just really cute. And you kind of start liking the other characters and such, and it's just a really good show. I think it's really good, and I can't wait to see more of it. So, and I really love the character designs and the OP, the animation, and the OP. The song is good. I really like the song, but whoever did and I didn't look this up. I'm sorry. I was on Sakagaboru just a second ago, but whoever did the animation and the keyframing and the color design for the OP is just, woo, Lord, really good. But yeah, I think it's better than Miss Nagatoro. Miss Nagatoro sucks.
Well, she wasn't named God in her classroom.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They're like, no, we can't nominate Comey as class president. She's better than that.
They kept adding like different things. So fucking funny. Oh man. All right.
I probably should have put that on my list. I'm just trying to mix it up so I have different ones. All right, this one actually should have been number 10 for me, but fuck it. Okay.
This
Heike Monogatari, the Heike story. We talked about this one last season. This is a weird one because like this is by Science Saru and directed by Naoko Yamada, and it's got like heavy hitters. It's got Kensuke Ushio, I think, did the music.
Yep.
in terms of like production and just like how it looks, how it sounds, like not just the music but like sound effects and everything. Like this show is really really good as far as that goes. But the downside to it is like it's based on a historical period. I forget which era it is in Japan, but anyway, back a couple hundred years ago, give or take. No, maybe not that long. Like maybe about 200, give or take. Yeah, so it's like it's these two clans that are fighting, and there's a young girl who has a special eye that lets her see the future. She's kind of like the audience like insert, basically, and she like shows us the story of these clans fighting, and it's got like a historical, swords and bows and arrows, Japan. You got kimonos, you got people doing that type of thing, but it's weird because it's not like super enjoyable or like easy to watch, but it's such a vibe, and like the ED is so good, and like you could just put it on and just kind of enjoy it, and it does have a dub too, so you could actually watch it with the dub too. I think it has a dub, and it's kind of like Katanagatari, not as good and not as like it's not as like fantasy styled. Hyoge Mono is the other, probably the biggest comparison is Hyoge Mono, I think. Just looking at the Mal recommendation here for now. Dororo is a little bit like this, but that one's much more fantasy oriented because like he has like no organs and stuff, and he's like alive.
Demons and shit.
Yeah, there's like demons.
Did
and all
you
that.
say I'm sorry, Nick. You said Katanagatari was similar to this?
Only in like the time period. It's not
Okay.
at all like really that similar.
It's the second recommendation in on Annie list.
Yeah, Katanagatari is
Also,
much
Mononoke
more
is
enjoyable.
a recommendation.
But this
on
one,
here
they
too.
both have like a lot of like talking and story to them. This one, probably the best character for this is the girl. What's her name?
Biwa.
Tokuko. No, Biwa is
Tokuko.
not the best character. Biwa is actually like almost not a character at all. She's
That's
just kind
true.
of there.
Yeah, she's just like the audience and sort of
Yeah.
Tokuko. Yeah,
I almost wish they
yeah.
didn't put her in the story at all, to be honest. But Tokuko is kind of like the main like crux of it. And so yeah, it's just historical Japanese cool shit. Really great production values. But like, I didn't actually enjoy it as much as some other stuff. But it's so good, I just put it on the list. So there you go. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it as much as I loved everything about it. I just didn't enjoy it as much as everything else on my list, and because I'm not super into like old world Japan stuff like that, really for any, not even just Japan, but like any kind of historical like piece.
Yeah.
Period
in-
pieces.
It's a little
Period
bit. It's
piece,
a little
yeah.
bit dry.
Yeah, it can be. It definitely can be. Yeah, but the animation director is Takashi Kojima, and he is like one of the chief animation directors for like Attack on Titan final season, for Fate Apocrypha, and Devilman Crybaby. He was an episode director and animation director. So it's just
Science
like
Saru. Yeah, he worked for them.
he's baller, dude. He's awesome. So okay, yeah, dude. Okay, Danny, what do you got for number 7?
7.
I was thinking about
I-
putting Vivi Fluoride Eyes, but I forgot what happened in that show. My memory's so fucking bad right now.
I can't remember what this one is, Danny, that you have on here.
Kageki Shoujo. That's
which-
the
Oh, I could have put that one too.
Oh yeah, okay.
the like all girls school for like dancing, singing, and acting, and
Okay, I never got to peep
with-
game on this
with
one.
best girl Watanabe, Sada
Yes.
Watanabe.
Studio Pine Jam. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite
This-
topping on a waffle.
But this, I almost ended up not watching this because it was so low, like for popularity and stuff.
And then I Made You.
I don't think so. I don't remember. But anyway, this show, I mean, it's definitely not something that I really particularly go for. Like I'm not really a fan of like a school that revolves around singing. Like I didn't like, for example, Revue Starlight. I did not like that show at all.
Yeah, that one was kind of like Utena and like Idolmaster or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I wished I liked Review Starlight more. Yeah,
That was like way better directed though. That was way more interesting to look at.
I wished I liked Review Starlight, but I feel like it was just too like Idolmaster for me to
I don't know if
enjoy
I said
it.
the right Idol show, but it was
Well, it was definitely
like
way
Princess
more
Tutu.
Idol show for Revue Starlight over this. Like this does not like literally break into song, kind of like a musical.
and they fight each other. This
And
is
they fight
literally
each
just
other.
like-
Yeah.
This is more
Yeah.
straight up just like a drama or not drama, but like, like a, here's these girls and they're in this thing and they're,
Yeah,
actually trying to do
and,
stuff, yeah.
and like they're actually like trying, because like there's the school that they go to, Kauka School of Musical and Theatrical Arts, like they are specifically known for their performances. And you have this girl who Sarasa Watanabe. She's like 5'10".
She's a
and
giant, a behemoth.
She is super tall. But she's to me, she's just so elegant. I feel like she like tops the cake and everything like that. Oh man, her profile doesn't like say anything about her. That sucks.
Her profile just says tall.
It literally
She's a
just
beanstalk.
like when you click on her, it just gives us her birthday, the age she is, her gender, and her height. There's no information on like her backstory or anything like that. But I mean, this show, like, she wants to play a male lead, like, so and I feel like that's super, I want to say awe-inspiring. But she also has her challenges too. Like anytime, I would say like some of her classmates, at any time Watanabe performs, like she starts to act, she has a very perfect imitation on other people's performances. And, all the other students say, wow, Watanabe is so good at this and that. But then the teachers turn it around and give Watanabe like a harsh critique and say, we want to see, so in the show they perform like a small segment of Romeo and Juliet, and Watanabe, I can't remember, I think she chose to be Tybalt, and Tybalt is a very like strong character, and she auditioned, and one of the teachers told her like it was good, but you're imitating this other prodigy student that performed this exact performance, so we want to see your Tybalt, not this other person's. So she definitely has those challenges and everything. And then there's the other main character, where she was a former idol and everything. And she kind of has like this trauma with men. And,
she's funny.
She's like kind of like, this grump in the beginning of the show. But then she eventually like grows into like, she has really good character development in the show, I feel. So, and I think, I mean, who did this? Pine Jam? Yeah, Pine Jam.
You already said that. Yeah.
Did I? No, I don't think I said that.
Yeah, because I remember I said I liked it on waffles. Now whose memory's bad? We're old. We don't know anything.
Anyway, I mean, Pine Jam is really like they're an up and coming studio. They don't have a lot of shows under their belt. They did Glipnir, which was pretty good.
Sam's favorite anime. You get to become the mascot Face Johnson.
Well, I love Glipnir.
I heard the manga's really good for that one too.
We should read that.
So
Ed, I nominate Gleipnir.
Okay.
Yeah, I think honestly you should give this show a chance. So
Okay, I might, because I remember when you talked about it, and then I was like, oh shoot.
You know
like,
what I
this
think you
actually
should
looks
watch
really
first,
cute.
though, and I think is a better show? Skip Beat. It's a little bit like that. It's a little bit like whatever Danny was just talking about. Kageki Shoujo.
wow.
I like Kageki Shoujo, too. That was a fun show. Too many girls, though. Not enough arrogant dudes that they can stomp on.
Okay.
Anyway, Sam, what's your number 7?
Are we at 7?
Yeah, so 7. Number 7 was To Your Eternity.
I wish I
Because
liked this show, but I just did not care for it.
yeah, it was way too slow for me, but the shit that happens in it is just like,
Bro,
damn.
they rip out your face. Wait, I mean your heart. Whatever. They rip out something. Episode 1.
yeah, like
And then many
And-
episodes after that.
I kind of, you know what? Like, honestly,
Tragic
I
stuff
feel
happens
I
like every few episodes, to be honest.
Yeah. It just was like, it was kind of like that sleeper one that kind of just, I didn't think much of it. And then when it happened, I was like, damn, dude. Like, it was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
like,
man.
You know?
That scene with March, the girl.
Yeah.
I don't want to say exactly what's happening, but like there's a scene with her and Fushi and Perona. It's like
I
partway
just,
through the
like-
first cur.
I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I honestly, and I love that Utada Hikaru did the opening because she's never done an opening for an anime before. She has done the opening for Kingdom Hearts, obviously, but that's like a game, you know? So, like, it was just really interesting to me that she, of all people, like, she's been offered to do them for anime for her whole entire career, and she finally decided to do this one. And it's just like,
What is it though, Sam? We got to start by saying what the show is, so the audience knows.
okay, sorry, yeah, that's what I've been
In
trying
10
to do.
seconds.
That's what I've been trying to do. I forgot. But, like, if they haven't listened to when we talked about it already, but, like, this orb, which they don't have a name. It's just a it or a whatever. It flies to Earth, and then it changes forms by reflecting, like, the living thing it comes in contact with. So then first it's a rock. Then it's, like, it grows grass on it, and then it becomes a wolf, and then the wolf was, like, originally friends with this boy, and then the boy dies, and then it becomes the boy. And
Dude, that first episode where the boy dies, oh,
yeah,
that was like some gut-wrenching shit.
so it just takes you through.
Got this music playing.
Yeah, the music is, and I don't know who did the music. I should look it up, but it just takes you through the life of this thing that came to Earth.
Hikaru
And,
Utada.
No, she did the theme song. Ryo Kawasaki did the music.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, Ryo Kawasaki did the music. He's done the music for Fate Grand Order, and Bakumatsu, I guess. But yeah, it's just, you know what? I'm not even gonna. I think everyone should just watch it. And it might be too slow for you. And if it is, I totally get it, because it was super slow for me. And you know that I'm impatient and I like things to go not that slow. But it's just like when the shit goes down, it's just like, all right, dude. Like, I guess that's what we're doing today. Is we're just, we're gonna cry today. I guess that's what we're doing. I don't fucking know. You know,
You're like Tobey Maguire. You gonna cry?
you gonna cry?
I like posting that
Um,
gif.
But yeah,
Get me the Spider-Man.
It's really good. It's really good, and I think everyone should at least peep game for the first. I want to say 5 episodes though. You can't give it a 3-episode rule. You got to give it like 5, because
You give the 1 episode rule, man. Sheesh.
the 1 episode, if the first episode doesn't do it, yeah, I mean, but Anyway, Nick, what's your number 7?
Sidebar. I don't think Zoomers say sheesh anymore, do they? Because millennials started saying it, so now it's not cool. I don't know. Maybe they still say it.
Can you just tell
Anyways,
us what your number 7
my next
is?
one is okay. What do we got? Number 7, Sunny Boy, and this one is one of those #art anime. It's very abstract and weird. It is it's an original anime by Studio Madhouse, who directed this. Shingo Natsume directed this. It has actually like really cool animation. It's kind of like the style of it is like you have like it's almost like Science Saru. It reminds me a little bit of Masaki Yuasa type shows. It's not him, but it reminds me of him a little bit. And this is like a really weird show. I don't even fully understand it, but basically it's you have a bunch of students and they're trapped in like this void dimension, and it's similar to the story Drifting Classroom. And so they each have supernatural powers, and they explore these powers and but have a bunch of conflicts and rules, and they try to survive. And it's just like a whole bunch of series of like almost like separate like bottle episodes that kind of tie together in the end a little bit. And it's a little bit like Wonder Egg Priority 2, where you have it's just fucking weird. It's like Serial Experiments Lane. I mean, it's like you can't even fucking figure out what's going on. Like if you like weird anime, if you like Lane, if you like
Lane was good.
I need to rewatch that. If you like Tatami Galaxy, if
Me
you like
too.
Kaiba, if you like Wonder Egg Priority, they do have some mystery, so it's like Hyoka a little bit. This is Mind Game maybe. If you like Masaki Yuasa, you'll like this one. Mawaru Penguin Drum is probably it's probably like a decent comparison a little bit.
A little. I would say Wonder Egg and Maru are probably the farthest, just because those have more story, I think.
Yeah, this one is just like a big metaphor almost.
This is like almost
this
like
one's
one of those,
closer to Kaiba, I would say, than the other stuff, which you haven't seen yet. Kaiba
This
I
is
think
definitely more of an experience.
Kaiba might be better. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. But so this one, let's see. So it's kind of like a metaphor for like a whole bunch of stuff here.
Climate change.
It's climate change. Everything's a climate change. It's like you have war, time, human desire to feel special. It's kind of a story about growing up too, and commentary on like moving on from a student's life, going into adulthood. Using your younger years wisely, because in Japan they have like shitty work-life balance once they're adults. It's just like too much work. So it's not like necessarily direct. Although there's like kind of an episode where they're like bringing like boulders and stuff up this giant like Tower of Babel type thing, and they just keep not boulders, but like they keep bringing up and down stones, and like they have to discover stuff about the tower. You know what? It reminds me a little bit of, oh my god, what's the show where the girl is on the bike and she's like traveling everywhere? My brain is
Kino's Journey.
Kino's Journey, a little bit. Just like, it's not the same story, but it's like you have different ideas.
It's like day by day. Yeah,
presented in each episode a little bit. You have like this weird like baseball episode with like a monkey and stuff, and it's a super weird show. So if you're into that, then check it out. Sunny Boy. There you go.
Yeah. That's actually a great comparison though. Yeah, because like in Kino's Journey
is easier to understand, but like Kino's Journey is more like, oh, this is the quirk of this town, and like these people believe in this or whatever, and I'm here to observe them and do this. But I don't know. It's not really that similar to Kino's Journey, but it just kind of reminds me of it.
Yeah, because like it's the part where every episode is like has a different theme or whatever.
Sort of.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, we should listen to our review of that. We did a review of Kino's Journey. But yeah, Sunny Boy is like, it's like an experience, dude. It's really cool. I really like, and plus I just love the way it looks. It's just like,
dude, and the ending theme, whoo!
That was on Nick's thing for the radio hour too. Yeah. All right. Number 6.
Number 6 is Case Study of Vanitas.
Yeah, this one was good. I didn't finish it though.
What's wrong with you?
I didn't even start it.
Like, how can you not finish it?
I don't watch bad shows, Danny, so...
This was
Sorry.
not a bad show. What
kidding.
the fuck are you talking about?
I think the AAA podcast hated it. Of course, they also hated Skate. So who's right?
Well, I don't think they
I
know
think
what
we
they're
are right.
talking about. But anyway, this show is actually set in 19th century Paris, and a young vampire, Noi. He's his teacher kind of sent him off to search for the Book of Vanitas, which is apparently the cursed book for vampires. And he ends up meeting, Vanitas, but he's a human, and he's kind of like a crusader, and he's going out and quote unquote curing the vampire race, because there is kind of like this, I want to say, illness going around among the vampires, where they kind of like forget their names, and they actually become, those traditional vampires where they like eat human blood and everything like that. The vampires, the vampires in the case study of Vanitas, they actually, quote unquote, are a myth compared in like the human world. The vampires actually have another world that they live in, and sometimes they go back and forth between the human world and their world. This show is really good. I think the animation is great. It is Studio Bones, of course. And I mean, who doesn't like pretty boys? Like, this show is kind of like
I only like them if they're on skateboards.
A very pretty boy show. Well, it's not like that. There are also hot ladies in there. Plus, there is also a Catface Johnson with 2 different eyes.
I don't like 2 different eyes, Danny.
And I don't... Shut up. And I don't understand... Again, this has a freaking Catface Johnson, and I don't understand why Sam isn't on the hype train with this show.
Sam.
I forgot about it.
Shame on you.
Straight up, I did. But yeah. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, but the second part of this show is actually airing right now, and I can't wait to watch it. So, because the ending was definitely like
this is a very popular
what the
show.
fuck moment. Oh,
It
yeah.
is, yeah.
Surprisingly.
It is.
But yeah. It's good that you have it on your list. Now we won't get it. Now we won't get threatened by the masses.
Oh man, okay, I'm realizing looking at my list, I should have put Horimiya on here somewhere.
Oh,
Damn it.
Shit.
You fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked
Oh,
up.
you know
I
what,
fucked
Son? It's
up.
fine. I got you covered. Miss Nagataro is better than that anyway.
Fuck
Whoa.
you. No
Whoa.
way.
Oh man.
Nah, dude, I might do an audible.
Do it.
Do an
Fuck
audible
it.
for Take out
Dragon Maid. That show sucks,
No way.
dude. I'm
No
just
way,
kidding.
dude. No, fuck you. Oh god, it's so hard. Anyway. No, yeah, my number 6 is Dragon Maid S, because I love Dragon Maid a lot.
I mean, that
And-
second season was definitely a hitter.
I certainly did
sure.
not think we were gonna get all the information and character building we were gonna get. Like
Yeah.
it was
I
pretty
agree.
sweet. And the last episode really just was like just brought it home, and it was just really fucking cool. If in the spirit of like how Nick went about his, which I didn't even think about, that's how we normally did it before, in not choosing sequels, I would have put Horimiya, because Horimiya is so amazing, and I'm really mad that I can't fit it in
6A,
here now.
6B. 6A, 6B.
6A,
It's okay,
6A.
Sam. I got you covered.
Yeah, Danny's got me covered, so she'll talk about it. But
Oh, Danny's
yeah,
just gonna add it in.
No.
no, she's she'll talk about it. But like you guys know how much I love Dragon Maid.
Oh, is that already
and
on your list, Danny?
Duh.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
But like,
okay.
yeah, I mean, Toru, she gets rescued by Miss Kobayashi, who's this salary woman, on a drunken night, and she decides to become a human maid with a tail and horns, and becomes her maid because she's like, I gotta repay my debt. I wanna be with you, be your maid.
The dragon
and I
is
love
the
you.
maid.
Yeah, the dragon is the maid. Toru's the dragon maid, and more dragons start coming from the other fantasy world into the
They
real
all have
world because
huge cans.
and they well okay, and so
Huge.
and chaos ensues as like Kobayashi starts learning more about Toru and the other dragons, and Kobayashi's kind of like the audience insert. Like you're kind of seeing, learning about these dragons and this other world building going on. And me and Danny recently talked about it. I won't say when until, that's
It
ready.
releases?
But like,
yeah.
but like, they do this whole fantasy world build in the background. And even though it's happening in the background, they do it so well. And it's just like, I love Dragon Maid so much. And I still sleep with my dragon tail pillow that I wish was real and scaly and heavy. I love it so much.
You could eat it. You could fry it up for breakfast.
I have to buy a new one because this one is like I've laid with it so much and rewatched it so many times that it's like.
Why don't you just buy some stuffing and restuff it?
Well, no, because I'm talking about like because it's like dirty. You know what I mean? Like the cats lay on it, and like there's some stains on it just because like it's just that's how long I've had it. It's just like I love it so much.
I actually remember Trisha getting that for you.
Yeah, no, I was really happy. I was the happiest like grizzly bear. I like.
So I'm like, I pushes Trisha to the floor and just grabs the tail and just starts hugging it.
Yeah, it's the fucking meme where it's like, oh, just me and my girlfriend and her whatever plushie. You know what I mean? Like it's really fun. Yeah, I love that thing. And me and Smokey cuddle with it, and it's great.
It's a show about
anyway
family. It's like the Fast and the Furious, but with dragons.
You can do anything as long as you got family that are dragons. Yeah. But yeah, it's aside from it being a slice of life and got some ecchi elements and just fan service things, it's just also just really well animated by KyoAni, and the story there is like a story, right? I mean, it's not like a overarching story, but like the stories are about each character. They're character stories, with each character, and it's just really cool. So I love Dragon
warning,
Maid.
There's some younger characters in there that are, put into situations a couple of times.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, there's some.
It's not as bad as like some other shows, but
that might bother some people. Yeah, for sure. But I'm glad that it's not as prevalent in season 2. But we'll say this too: KyoAni coming back from what they went through a few years ago and still being able to put out what they've been putting out and then put this out is just.
That was like 2019, right?
Yes, and it's just fucking amazing. This got delayed. This is one of the ones that got delayed because of it, and obviously I don't care that it got delayed, but like for what we got, it's just fucking crazy, fucking amazing. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my number 6.
By far the best studio. They treat their workers reasonably. I think. I don't know the details, but I've heard.
Yeah. Sorry, I went on a little bit about that one, but yeah, what's your number 6, Nick?
Number 6, Skate, the Infinity. We've already mentioned this one. Pretty boys on skateboards. You have the voice of Dio from JoJo is Adam. We didn't mention that last time. Takahito Koyasu.
Such a perfect role for him.
Dude, he is like one of my favorite voice actors. I love that voice. Every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, best character. And Adam is like, he's like so over the top as like a villain he's more of like an antagonist than a villain. I wouldn't necessarily say he's a villain. But you got Adam versus Reki and Langa, and their other and so like it's really cool because like each character is like totally different. Like Joe is like the super muscly guy. You have Shadow, who's like this like rocker dude who like paints his whole body and has like spikes on his like shoulders and shit. You have who do you got? Oh yeah, Kaoru. He's like this pretty boy, or not like pretty boy. But he's like a handsome like samurai looking dude. Kaoru is like this. They call him the cherry blossom. He's like this samurai looking dude. And I think he does like calligraphy. He does like art or something. And he's like very calculated. You have let's see, who else you got? You got like a whole bunch of other characters, and it's just like fun, man. Like they're just going downhill. It's like Initial D. They got cool music playing. It's a bunch of bros just being bros. They don't have any like lame girls in the show. It's all about dudes being dudes.
Whoa. After the whole like, no, get out of here. Just because.
Just guys being boys.
Listen,
being
I'm
guys.
all for, but they're pretty boys. They're not just like bros. They're not like Baki or like JoJo. Okay, like these
Baki
guys,
is so ugly that
these
he's
guys
pretty.
are. These guys are hot, okay? Baki has like
He looks
luscious
fucking
lips
weird.
and eyes, okay? That's what Baki has.
Baki's
like,
juicy. He looks fucking weird though.
This show is just pretty all around. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look as good as like Kyoto Animation or anything, but it still looks. It's good enough. It's fun. Who did this one? This was Bones. Yeah, it does look pretty good.
Bones.
Okay, yeah, Bones is good. Yeah, Skate surprisingly good. I don't have much else to say about it. It's a really fun semi-sports, like it's like unrealistic. It's like X Games type of sports. It's like, Initial D, where it's like it could be plausible, but not really. Especially at the end, like the finale is like totally not plausible, but it's great. Oh man, I forgot, like when they're racing down hills, like they're battling and shit. Like Adam will sometimes, his special move is to just turn around and fucking smack him with a skateboard. This show is funny too. It's good. It's just fun. So yeah.
I think the reason why the show is so good is because it doesn't try to do anything like crazy or left turn or anything like that. It's just like it knows what it's trying to do.
Yeah, it's like a straightforward plot. It doesn't pull any bullshit.
But it just does it really well, and that's why it's so fun. Even though it's just a for fun show and not like some crazy amazing story.
Yeah.
It's just like it's good enough.
Adam ties the whole thing
great.
together. Adam is by far the best, most interesting character in the show.
For sure.
He ties the whole thing together, and like once you figure out his whole like thing at the end of it, like his whole position and everything, it's cool. Like so I wouldn't even count him as like an official villain. He's kind of like the antagonist. But yeah, dude, great show, fun show.
Okay, Danny, what's your number 5?
5 is Horimiya.
Let's go, dude.
There you go, Sam. Now we get to talk about it.
Dude.
From beginning to end, from OP to ED, everything about this show is exactly what I literally was looking for in Korokano.
His and Her Circumstances?
Yes.
Korokano. Yeah.
Like, this is everything that should have gone down in His and Her Circumstances. Like, everything.
I remember when you guys reviewed that.
No. That was a better show.
No.
That had better character designs, too. The Horimiya character designs, pretty basic. Don't love it.
No, fuck you.
What are you talking about?
No, dude, you're a butt sniffer.
Like, this show, I just loved how, what's his name? What's the main character's name? Hang on.
Izumi Miyamura.
Izumi
Main character
Miyamura.
guy.
Like, how he looks. Although, I will nitpick, I do wish that we could have seen him.
I seen it.
Seen him more, like, with all of his piercings. I feel like we only saw, just the smudge of that, like, in the beginning of the show. And then he kind of, like, stopped wearing all his piercings and stuff like that. I really would have wished, like, he would have just kept going, just wearing them and everything like that, especially when they weren't in school. But, I mean, I wasn't, like, entirely mad about that. Just the progression on, Hori and Miyamura's relationship. Hori telling Miyamura, like, be more, like, demanding. Especially that one part where, like, he didn't want to do it, but, like, he, like, hit her and stuff, and she just, like, got turned on by that and everything. It was super cute.
Are you supposed to hit them when they ask you? That's a question for a friend.
I don't know how to answer that.
So,
if they're telling you,
yeah, that's because, like, this romance
is it a
like
shit test? Is it not?
No, okay, so it depends on you're not giving any context. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But, like, Miyamura is this kind of like outcast guy, and then Hori is she's one of the popular girls, and they end up kind of falling for each other, and they start dating, and it's just like but like the characters around them also get like their own kind of little things, and it's really cool. And but yeah, like there is a part, what Nick is referring to is there's a part where Hori thinks it's kind of a turn on when he treats her like crap, and there's a part where he straight up slaps her.
And the bystanders was all like, "Oh my god, he's like a delinquent."
They're like, "Dude, he's a monster." And then they're walking away, and he's got this distressed look on his face, like, "God damn it, I can't keep doing this."
Yeah.
And she's got like this grin on her face,
Yeah,
like,
it's like
"Oh,
she's
yeah."
so freaking happy and everything like that. Like, it's just so stinking cute.
There's a part where she's like, "Oh, hey, Miyamura, you forgot your phone in the whatever again, in the one classroom," and he's walking with this other guy, and he was like, "Who told you could talk?
Yeah.
Bitch, get out of the way!" And he pushes her, and then the one guy's like, "Oh, Hori, are you okay?" And he's like, "Don't talk to her." And then they walk away, and then she's got like this grin on her face, like, "Oh." It's super funny, dude. But like the relationships between the other characters is really cool, and their relationship is really cool. It's like, other than like, it's a great romance. This is how like this is how I like to watch romances, and not necessarily. I know I make jokes all the time, like, "Oh, because they fucked, or they should fuck, or whatever." Like I'm joking, obviously, right? Like not every romance has to do with like. Not every romance has to do with like, physical stuff, but like,
The good ones do.
Just further than that. Okay, Nick. Just beyond that, the connection that the characters make with each other, even from friend to friend, is just like, and it just brings everything. It rounds it out very nicely. And Studio Cloverworks, not a bad job on the production, I think, as well. So, but yeah, I am glad Danny put this on there because I was about to audible.
I mean,
shit.
I had to.
Yeah,
This is like what I like. Like, this is the type of stuff that I specifically enjoy.
Right. And I normally don't enjoy these, and I love this one. So it's just like, this is how I like watching romances, and I definitely would have put it on mine because I completely forgot about it. But yeah, like it. Yeah, I'm glad Danny put it on her number 5 because it definitely deserves that spot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Danny, I cut you off a little bit, but did you want to say anything else about it? Or?
No, it's just an amazing show, and you should watch this over Karakano. So.
Oh, no way. That's wrong.
I disagree. So.
We disagree. Yeah, dude. My number 5 is Jujutsu Kaisen because it actually ended in 2021. So that's.
See, I was gonna put this on here because I saw you put it on there, and I'm like, oh
sure.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But
Song
then
speaks for all of us.
yeah, and then like I realized I did for sure enjoy Jujutsu Kaisen for sure. I mean, it has fucking Gojo, who is God.
Don't you mean Nobara? No, wait, what's her name?
Nobara, yes, her name is Nobara, Nick, for the 15th time.
Isn't there another one with like a Nobara sounding name?
No.
Anyway,
Anyway, she's the hottest.
but I feel like this is definitely, Sam, you can definitely, praise the show a lot more than I can because I'm not the shonen slut, even though I did enjoy this.
Yeah, so like unfortunately this is one of the big weekly Shonen Jump ones that Mappa has decided to take on. And thank you, shout out to Funimation for emailing me about the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie that is coming out in March, and I will be sure to get you tickets, or not get you tickets, but like tell you when you can get tickets. They emailed me about talking about it, and they emailed me like a little thing, so which I mentioned on my newscast. This last newscast, but yeah, it's coming out in March and then coming out in February for other countries and such. But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen is about it's like exorcism, okay, and the student named Itadori who swallows the finger of the most craziest curse spirit ever, and he doesn't get overtaken by it. And they basically tell him, well, we have to fucking kill you, dog, because we can't risk you becoming this demon named Sukuna, who's like the strongest fucking curse spirit ever. But you seem to have a good hold on it, so what if we do this? I can kill you now, because, Jujutsu High School has to kill you, or we can see how many fingers you eat and then kill you, because there's like fucking a million fingers out there. There's 20, because he's got 4 hands. So then Itadori, his grandfather's last dying wish was help people. So he decides to go, okay, I'll help you. I'll join Jujutsu High School and eat all the fucking fingers, and then you can kill me. And so they join the other Jujutsu High students and exercise curse spirits. And it's really fucking cool, and Studio Mappa did a really good job on it. And it's
the fight scenes were definitely really good in this.
Yes, they're amazing. The animation, there's like 7 or 6 chief animation directors that worked on this, and a big team of animation directors and a big team of key animators that worked on different episodes. And there's 24 eps currently, and I got volumes 13 and 14 on the way right now. I love it. I love it so much. I read it weekly. It's so awesome. This is one of the first times where I was able to be caught up in the manga and be excited for the next episode to come out. And I remember talking about One Punch Man like all them years ago, and talking about like, oh, this is a OP character done right. And Jujutsu Kaisen actually does that with Gojo. That's an OP character done right, and it's super sick.
Hot.
And he's fucking hot, and he's amazing. And there's a lot of fucking hotties in this fucking show. Fucking Maki Zenin and Kugasaki Nobara.
Oh, Nanami. That's the guy that sounds like a chick's name.
Yeah, Nanami.
I always mix him and Nobara.
No, Nanami is Salaryman, male wife. And then there's Gojo and Chozo. And, yeah.
I like the
amazing.
muscly guy.
One of my
Todo?
favorite characters... What? Yeah, Todo. Todo, the best of friendo.
Yeah, when he teams up with Yuji, and they're like
so
clapping and
badass,
like
dude.
double teaming that one dude.
What the fuck?
They're just like
dude?
bop, 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 and they like beat him.
He does
Cool.
his technique is called boogie woogie, and he claps and can switch place. It's like one of his cursed techniques. It's fucking awesome. And yeah, it's god damn it, dude. I'll say this. This is my last thing I'll say.
This. I forgot. Dude, I have like the worst fucking memory of all time. I've forgotten so many details about everything.
But yeah, no, my favorite characters, some of my favorite characters, not my number one favorite, but some of them are Panda. That's a cursed object. That's like a doll. That started out as a panda doll, and now it's like a big panda, and for obvious reasons. And then Inumaki, because his cursed technique is his voice. So if he talks for real,
if he talks for real, then like something explodes
or something can happen, right?
Yeah.
So like one of his cursed techniques is he could be like, Nick, jump, put your head through the ceiling, and he would do it. Like so, like, he talks in sushi ingredients to prevent that. So like it's funny because he'll just be like, they'll be like, okay, yeah, if we go here, we can fight the cursed spirit on his home turf, and then he's just like tuna. And then Panda's like, oh, no, you're right. Like, it's just fucking funny. And, yeah, little things like that throughout. It makes it a really rounded shonen, really cool. So
Every time I hear tuna, I think of Andy from The Office when he sees Jim.
Oh, yeah, tuna.
Hey, tuna.
Hey, tuna.
I can't do it. Yeah.
What's your game here, tuna? But, yeah, Nick, what's
Brings
your
his
number
little
5?
banjo to the office or whatever. All right. Number 5, we've already mentioned it. To Your Eternity. Sam, you had this at your number 7-ish, something like that. And yeah, so look, To Your Eternity, if you want feels on wheels, there it is. To Your Eternity. Fumetsu no Anatai. That's the name of it. This one, I like a lot of the arcs. Like the arc with Gugu. I think that's the best character in the show, probably. Because Gugu is like this kid who gets like mutilated, or his face gets kind of like scarred. Basically, it's like gets all screwed up. So he starts wearing a helmet as a kid because he doesn't want people to see him because he looks. I mean, and like yeah, because people like point at him and like think he's a freak or whatever. And so like his arc is that like he is what's he doing? He's like protecting this like princess, and then what's his name comes in? Fushi comes in, and like that whole arc is just really great, like really touching and like bittersweet, and like man, it's just the shit that Fuji has to like see and deal with in this arc and every other arc, and like the one right before it with March and the other girl, so good. I will say that it does tail off a teensy bit near the end. However, they do I really like how they do the Tokyo Godfathers thing where you have like an old lady and she's like talking to Fushi at one point, and then like she's like laying down and like there's a candle, and then the candle goes out, and then you know she's dead because of that. So like the Tokyo Godfathers did that where like they had a little like windmill thing. I like a little sight whatever you call it. Gags, not a sight gag, but just like you use an object to represent like a person.
There's going to be more to this, isn't there?
I think so.
Because it ended in 20 episodes, which I forgot to mention
20 is
earlier.
a weird number.
It was a weird number. Yeah.
Oh, yep. Second season is coming out. NATBD 2022. Tentatively October 2022.
I might have said that on the newscast and forgot about it. But yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And yeah, this one, like, there's definitely a lot of supernatural elements. Obviously, it's like an alien that can morph and like can't die, basically. Although it can technically die, he can be like harmed and die technically, and he is fighting these basically these other aliens and like these like monsters, and you discover that throughout the show. But he has to like team up with humans to gain like their knowledge and powers and you know fight out these monsters and stuff. And it's cool. It's good. It's very touching at times. So there you go. And really good production values. Like it. Great animation, great music, just overall like a very solid anime. So there you go.
Okay,
I like how I
Danny,
end everything with "there you go."
There you go. Okay, there you go. Jesus God, get out of here. What's your number 4, Danny?
Number 4 is Kami can't communicate.
Komi.
Sorry,
Kami is a
Komi.
god.
That is true. Anyway, Komi can't communicate. So Komi Can't Communicate didn't air until the fall, and that was around the time where I kind of slacked off on my anime watching. But then once I kind of, you know, got my shit together in real life, all settled, and then I finally managed to watch the fall season. This one was definitely one that I kind of saved for last because I knew the Netflix version kind of fucked shit up, especially with translation. So especially when Komi and I forget the freaking main character's name. But when they were writing on the blackboard and stuff like that, a lot of that text was not translated. So we didn't know, we kind of didn't know what they were talking about. Yeah. So I definitely wanted to wait until I figured out where to exactly watch it so I can watch it properly. And when I finally managed to find it, I instantly loved this show right off the bat. I mean, this is definitely something up my alley as well. This is, you know, romance slice of life kind of thing. I mean, in our final fall review, I did mention some key points with certain characters that I didn't really like in it and everything, but it definitely did not stop me from watching it because, you know, I was definitely rooting for Komi and like, you know, her trying to get out of, you know, her anxiety and actually like talking to her friends and stuff. And the minute, you know, she does manage to speak, it's just like, oh my God, she spoke. Like, that is so adorable. Like, you know, you really want to root for her and stuff. So, and I love this show, and like what Sam said earlier about the OP animation and everything like that, like that, yeah, it's you know, chef's kiss kind of thing. You know, that OP is definitely something that like you should not skip. So
I barely skipped it, dude. Yeah,
I
just love
think
watching it.
I think the only time I skipped it was when I was rushing to finish it before we recorded. I
Oh,
think that was
sure.
the last time, like the only time I skipped the OP. So yeah, I honestly think I wanna read it as well. I don't know if I can wait until spring season to get, you know, the second season out of it. So I don't know. Who knows? It's
Sure.
great. I love it. Like animation, character design, it's great. I love Komi's mom. Her mom, but also I think I really love her dad too, because
her dad is funny.
when they go, you know, to the library, like Komi wants to go to the library, Komi's dad like offered to take her, and you know, they make like a side stop to the shaved ice shop, and as they like walked by, everyone's all like, oh my gosh, he's so handsome. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. And then they sit down and they're like, they're not speaking to one another. Are they in a fight? So, yeah, you can definitely see, like everyone in the show definitely has a quirky personality to them. And I think that's what really makes the show a whole and really enjoyable. So,
For sure.
yeah.
My number 4, I really think Danny can do a better job talking about it, but my number 4, because it ended that year, is Fruits Basket. Because it was my first experience with the actual story, because I've seen the Dean one, right? And the Dean one stopped at a certain point, and then I never read the manga. I read the first like 3 or 4 volumes, and then I forgot about it. In junior high or whatever, and or I think the friend I was borrowing it from like moved away or something. But like, this was my first time experiencing the story for real, and I was just like, oh my fucking god. But yeah, it's Toru Honda, and she's at the beginning of the show, she's homeless a year after her mom passes away, and the Soma family, living off of the Soma estate, invites her to live with them, and that's Kyo and holy fuck, I forgot his fucking name. Shigure, Yuki, and Kyo. Yeah, and the thing about the Soma family is that they have this curse where if someone of the opposite or different gender hugs them, they turn into the zodiac animal of the Chinese zodiac that they're cursed with, the one that's most like their personality. So like, and Kyo is the 13th one, the cat, which they explain in the anime, like the story of the 13th zodiac or whatever, and that's like the main kind of quirky thing about it, right? But like it goes as you progress through the story, it just gets deeper and deeper into what the Soma family is, why they have the curse, and why Toru is like in the middle of all of it. But that being said, this is another romance where I'm just like, this is how you fucking do it, dude. Like, it's, oh my god, it's so good. The drama, the romance, the comedy. Huh! And Kisa is the best character. She's a tiger, and she's a little.
You know what I realized that we fucked up in our Lolly Logjam?
Didn't have Kisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fucked up, dude.
Because Kisa probably would have won against Kana. Not gonna lie.
She might have.
Yeah, because you guys would have picked her. That's why I didn't put her on there. I threw away the ballots.
We left it up to Nick and the other 2 guests. But
yeah.
Kisa is when she turns, she's a little cub.
Tiger. She's the tiger, and it's the year of the tiger right now.
She's a little tiger cub. She's a little kitty, and I just am like, man, like,
she's not lolly
it fucking
enough.
It fucking kills me, dog.
What are you talking about? She's not lolly enough. Get out of here.
You,
She's
Nick.
as tall as the
know
guy.
anything. you're looking at you must be looking at a later thing.
I just
Kisa is
Googled
a
it.
little. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. Okay, fuck you. But yeah, anyway, that's my number 4. Nick?
All right, my number 4. I got to start everything like a radio DJ. Super Cub. I don't know why I put this one at number 4. I guess I could have put it
Dude,
lower.
this is another one I would have put on mine, but yeah, This is
weird because like
Super
this
Cub
could
is
be
really
number
good.
4. This could be number 10. I don't know. This is it's a good show. This is just Iyashike pretty much, and it's basically a story about a bunch of girls. Oh shoot! I had the page pulled up here. It's cute girls doing cute things, but like they're discovering something they're passionate about, and they're overcoming their fear of doing the first step. And it starts out where like they don't have a whole lot of meaning in their lives. You have Koguma and Mari, and the world opens up to them once they get on their cubs, and it's just like soothing, you know. It's like Yuru Camp, but with what are they? Scooters? What are they? They're cubs. What is a cub? Is it a scooter? Is it like a bike?
A Super Cub is a bike, and it's by Honda.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
because the bikes in this show are actual like fucking bikes, you know.
it's just like a warm and fuzzy show. That's what it is. It feels good. It's got a good little vibe to it. It's like Euro Camp, a little bit like Yokohama Shopping Log, any of the Yashikes pretty much. And it's cool because like it actually kind of starts out really sad where like the main girl, she's basically like Rei Ayanami. I think I mentioned this in the early review when we talked about the show during the season. But like the main girl, I don't know if she has any parents. I don't think she has like anything. She's just like a blank slate. Like her house is just like so fucking barren. And like she can barely afford anything and stuff. So like eventually she gets a cub on sale. She gets a bunch of stuff on sale, and it's just like, you know, them being enthusiasts about riding and stuff. And it's a simple show, but deceptively simple. So you know, if you just want something chill, you know, that's why I'm going Super Cub. It's different from the other stuff on the list.
Yeah, they're very different, and I've loved this show. The production value is great. The animation's great. The backgrounds are godlike. They're god tier backgrounds.
Just like listening to the ambiance.
Like I would like so while I'm on phones at work, I would put this on in the background. Legit. It's just like you just
start
like background
drooling.
shit.
You get so Yashikade.
I used to really love, like, I used to be really into motorbikes, and I wanted a motorcycle when I was younger, and now I'm kind of afraid to have one. But watching the show definitely, like, made me look up more about, like, Honda bikes and stuff.
I kind of want to get
And
one
now
of these, too. That'd be kind of fun.
Honestly, yeah, like, it made me low-key want to...
I'm not trying to get run down by a truck, though.
Yeah, like, I don't know, I might get my provisional
we don't live in
license just
Japan
to drive
where,
around.
you know, people in America are insane, so, you know.
Yeah, I
We'll
might
run
get
you
like
over.
my provisional license where you can just drive not on highways, you know?
Yeah,
But,
I would
like,
not drive it on a highway, period. Even
Yeah,
if they
no.
let me, I wouldn't do that.
But yeah, like I love Super Cub, dude. I'm gonna get a model kit of a Super Cub and put it on my shelf. I think it's super sick. But yeah, dude. Okay, here's our top 3. Danny.
Oh boy. Okay, my number 3 is Saint's magic power is omnipotent.
This is surprising. This is something I wanted to watch, too.
Quick shout out to Mike and Zayla because they were the ones who convinced me to watch this. It is kind of like an isekai in a way, but it really once Sei is in the world, she doesn't really like kind of go back to the modern time. She like kind of adapts herself in this other world. So, and it really doesn't focus on, you know, like that, like how Jobless is, where, you know, someone is reincarnated into a different world type of thing. She kind of
So is she dead or not?
She's not dead. She just gets teleported.
Is she gonna get fired from her job?
Well, the thing is, in the first
I'm just kidding.
in the first episode, like, she's clearly a businesswoman, and she goes home and she's all like, she kind of like realizes that literally she just lives by herself, and like she's kind of bored of her life, and then instantly she gets summoned into this new world and stuff. But she's not the only one that got summoned. There was this other girl that got summoned along with her, and the palace or castle where they were both summoned, the prince just automatically went to the other woman and was all like, you're the saint, you have like the all-time magical power and everything like that, so you're gonna get the special treatment. Then they kind of just like ignored Sei, and everyone who is in the palace, she's all like, well, I'm not the saint, so can I go home now? Like, can you like send me off back to my other world? And the other people were all like, yeah, well, here's the thing, we can't actually send you back because we don't know how. And she's like, what? Like, are you fucking kidding me? So, and they're like, yeah, sorry. And she goes, well, I don't know what to do now. So she kind of just like roams around, and she finds this kind of like herbal shop kind of, and she starts working there, and she learns like how to do spells and make spell potions and stuff, like healing potions and everything. And as she's learning to make these potions, she's realizing that her potions are way more effective and heals people a lot faster than anyone else who makes these healing potions. And then over time, they realize that Sei is the actual saint of the world and everything like that. And of course, there's definitely some romance along the way. Because again, this show is another like hottie show. And there are some, interesting characters. I'm one of the two characters that I'm really fond of is Albert Hawk, who is the commander of the army of the world, and then there's Yuri Druis, who is like one of the grand mages of the Royal Mage Assembly. He's hilarious, by the way. Like, when he realizes that Sei is like the actual saint, and he kind of starts training her on how to use her powers a little bit more, he's kind of like a little ruthless. But he's like kind of very passionate about what he does and everything like that. But I really enjoy him a lot anytime he's on screen. And this is based on a light novel, and I'm hoping I get to see more of this because this is only like 12 episodes. So, and I really want to know what happens next. So
I will say this has a good poster.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely enjoyed. I mean, this was honestly one of my favorite OPs at the time as well. So, yeah. I just remembering this show, I kind of want to watch it again because I really enjoyed it. Ironically, even though it is an isekai. So, yeah. It's kind of like a little bit similar to like Ancient Magus Bride a little bit, but it doesn't have like too much of like that dark twist that Ancient Magus Bride has. So.
For sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my number 3, and honestly, I think I said it better in that season, but mine is SSSS.Dynazenon, and that's in spring 2021.
Such a Sam pick.
Well, I mean, okay, so number 1, yes. Number 2, shut up. Okay, but number 3, like, aside from it being a Som pick, it actually is a really good show. And Gridman obviously was really fucking cool, right? It was way more than we thought it was going to be, and Subaraya Productions and Trigger killed that shit, right? When this came out, when the key visual for this came out, automatically I was fucking excited, okay? But there were a few people I saw online and even some people in our Discord who were like, looks ugly, looks dumb. And I'm just like, okay, well, we'll see. We'll see it when we see it. It's part of the Gridman universe, except it focuses on another. So Gridman is a hyper agent, and then the armor he wears from the Neon Genesis High School students, those are called Xenon pieces, or Xenons. So Dynazenon focuses just on a Xenon and not a grid agent. And it's piloted by these high school students and Galma, who is what they call a kaiju user, which are these people who can literally like control kaijus as they appear in the world and stuff. And Galma is trying to teach these kids how to pilot the Xenon so they can stop the kaiju users from doing their crazy ass shit. And it takes place in the Gridman universe, not in the same timeline or world as Gridman, but in a different universe parallel. And it just is fucking cool. And there's characters in this one that are in Gridman. I won't say who because it'll spoilerinos a little bit, but like it does connect, and I didn't think it would, and it is just fucking cool. The mechanical design of Dynazenon is amazing. They outsourced the 3D animation to Graphanica, and if you've never heard of Graphanica, they are amazing at what they do for CG animation in Japan, for anime. And Kabushiki Gaisha Graphanica is the name of the studio, and they're just God, fuck, okay? Just shut up, all right? You don't know shit about fuck, all right? And so Trigger kind of killed this shit. And Shimon Dohi and Gen Asano doing the fucking key animation and space design and mechanical animation directing just killed that shit, okay? They worked on Brand New Animal, Darling in the Franxx, Konosuba, and they did some key animation for Vinland Saga. More recently, they worked on the Trigger short that's in Star Wars Visions and Promare as well. And it works and it connects. And the next thing that's coming out is a movie with Gridman and Dynazenon. And I'm so excited for it. And the character designs of Yume, the main girl, Yume, and Mujina, the kaiju user Mujina.
Actually,
oh my God,
it's pronounced Mujina.
Mujina.
Sorry.
And yeah, Mujina's thighs for days, okay? And then Galma is like
Gina, dude.
Galma, you can tell that dude is like a daddy dom switch, bottom top, power bottom, because he will fuck you while you're boning him, while he's boning you, without you knowing that you are boning him, but you're not. And that's what's hot about it. Like, it's just like, okay. And then you have Thighs for Days, Mujina. And then you have Nerdface Johnson Juga, who's just like, he's just like really hot nerdy guy with glasses. He's a kaiju user. The design of every character and of the Zenon, Dynazenon. Oh man, Subaraya Productions, man, you got to give us more shit like this. You just have to. Like, you just got to fucking do it. It's just so good. But yeah, if you've never seen Gridman or Dynazenon, and you're into shit like Gridman the Hyper Agent, or
it's like Tokusatsu, right?
Yeah.
If you're into robots and Power Rangers, there you go.
It's based on the big hero show, the Tokusatsu show, Gridman the Hyper Agent, or as in America, we had it as...
If you're a
in
boomer.
America, we had... yeah, in America, we had it as Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, hence the SSSSS.
I don't know
but
if
like,
any Gen Z people have watched this. Though it has 100,000 members. Okay, maybe a few.
But yeah, anyway, definitely, it's so up there for me that I can't even fart right now. I haven't farted for weeks. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, number 3, Nick.
All right, number 3. I did watch Dinosaur, by the way. I had to blast through it a little bit, so I didn't get to savor it as much as you did. But I liked it too. It was pretty good. I think I like Gridman a little more, but I don't know. Maybe I should watch Dinosaur at 1 time speed next time. Okay, so my number 3 is Jobless Reincarnation, Mushoku Tensei, and this is that's like one of the most popular shows of the whole year, I think.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
is pretty much one of the like fundamental isekais in anime, or at least in like the novel form. It wasn't the first one, but it was kind of like, think of it kind of like Disney movies, where like they weren't the first cartoons, but they kind of set the bar a little bit, and like I guess the source material for this helped set the bar for a lot of isekais. So. This is it's kind of like it's a little bit coming of age, although the main character already came of age. So basically, you have this you got this mid-30s main character guy. He sucks. He's been bullied, his whole life, and so he has to he eventually gets like kicked out, and then he tries to save some people, gets hit by a truck, and gets sent into this other world. And like he's a complete piece of shit. Like this dude sucks so bad. Like. All he does is like he's a NEET, he's a shut-in. He doesn't participate in society at all. He looks at very questionable things on the internet and everything, and just holds himself up. And he's like a super pervert too. So, and it's not me. Trust me, it's not me. Okay, it's not me. I'm just trying to justify. But yeah, like, so he's isekai, and like, unlike a lot of other isekai characters, like a lot of them are like kind of regular people, or like maybe they're good guys or whatever. What do you call it? Konosuba, the guy was kind of like a piece of poop, but it was like more of a comedy style. This is like the non-comedy version of that. And so like the whole point of this show is. Rudius is ends up being his name. It starts from a baby, like he's starting as a baby and he's growing up and showing his whole life. There's like 25 volumes of the manga, and the show aired like 24 episodes during the year, I think, or maybe 23. But yeah, so it's a pure fantasy world. He can cast magic without speaking. He makes friends with a bunch of characters. He gets a little bit of a mini harem. Mostly though, it's with Eris is like his main squeeze. She's like I think she's like pseudo royalty, and he ends up being her tutor. And they go travel. Roxy is his tutor. She's like a witch lady. And there's like a whole bunch of stuff going on. There's a lot of lore to the world. It's very dense. As we mentioned before, though, with Jobless Reincarnation, it does have the explicit scenes, especially early on in the show, where like he's a super pervert even as like a little kid, and it's like really weird.
He even puts underwear on over his face.
Yeah, he does that, and it's kind of like almost explicit. Like I don't think it has like straight up nudity, but it gets into it.
No, it doesn't really have nudity. It kind of like hints at it, but it's not like full exposure.
Like he's listening to his parents have sex and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
just like, whoa,
yeah.
This is weird. But
yeah,
it's also like very touching, because like he has to learn, like he still has like the mind of like a 34-year-old
of a child.
dude.
Yeah.
Of a guy, and like so he can like
Yeah.
he can like focus more on like learning stuff, and like I think one of his abilities like is to learn faster, and so.
Yeah, because he can cast spells without speaking.
Yeah, and he has super like powerful magic abilities, and he's traveling the world, and like during the second half of the show, everybody's trying to get back home, and like he's banded up with Eris and a bunch of other people, Rugierd and a bunch of other characters, and they it's just like a big adventure. Like they've only kind of just started the show, really, or the story. even after like 20 odd episodes. It's almost feels like it's just started. But overall,
Well,
it's just like
because-
really good production values, great music, great animation. Studio Bind did a phenomenal job. Did you already watch all of it, Danny, or no?
I did, yeah. I watched the first part and the second part, so it's good. I mean, it didn't make my top 10, but it's definitely worth
It was Gigux number
checking out
one.
and everything. So
Of course, he always puts isekais as number one.
well,
Yeah,
yeah. This is another isekai that like surprisingly like I actually enjoy. So
yeah. It has a lot of like heavy themes to it, like where the world is really fucked up with like all a bunch of like predator dude. Like his dad is kind of a piece of crap, but also he's kind of a good guy. You know, the characters have a little
Later
something
on,
to
yeah.
him. You know, he means well, but he has very big flaws, just like Rudius.
Freaking Paul can't keep it in his pants.
Yeah. Like, yeah. But like that's the cool thing is like you get to see this character grow and become like less of a creep. Like he learns that his actions like can like harm people, and make them feel bad and everything. And he eventually just you see him start to grow, and he's still like at the end of like these 20 odd episodes, he's still like 12 or something. He's not that old at the end of it, or maybe 14 or something. But yeah. So it's just good. It's overall really good.
Yeah, very popular show.
Content
Very
warning,
popular show.
if you're squeamish, if you don't like the sexual stuff, then there you go.
Sure. Okay, Danny, number 2.
Okay, my number 2 is Fruits Basket, 3rd season. This is the only season, like, not like a continuation series in my list. The rest of my list is all like first season stuff.
Right.
But this final season, like honestly, like it deserves to be a part of like anime of the like it deserves its nominations in like the Crunchyroll Anime Awards.
Well, yeah, I mean, it ended in 20. Like, I definitely put it on my list as a series. I know, like,
right,
because it ended in 2021. But
right,
like, yeah, the final ended in 2021. Is
right,
what it is.
yeah. So, but this is pretty much a true readaptation of what the Dean Studio anime should have been. So it's just I was so my breath was taken away by episode 1 and on, and I was crying like in the 3rd season. I think like from episode 5 to the very last episode, I literally had a box of tissues with me because I was ugly crying throughout the whole entire thing. So it really definitely gives you the feels, and
Got me fucked up.
I like freaking Toru, man. Like a lot of people may think that Toru is like that basic main character, and she is kind of annoying in the beginning of the show, but that season 3, man, is where she really like shines, and like she shows her determination and everything like that. And the relationship that she has with Kyo and Yuki and everything like that is just you just want to cry. And Sam and you actually we did a full-on review of Fruits Basket with Earthworm and my friend Melika. So
we did that as an EX episode if you guys want to hear it.
We definitely go into full detail on like about this show and everything. But man, you could totally watch the show, but like I've loved the manga ever since it got a US release. it's definitely one of my top favorite manga of all time, and I could literally reread it anytime I want. And I never get tired of it. So it's that the writing for it is that good. So
it's so rounded. It's just everything, the way everything works out. It's just like it.
Yeah, I mean, it has, of course, when you first watch it, it definitely starts out as like your typical slice of life romance story.
Comedy and,
yeah, it has that sprinkle of comedy in it, especially like, when Toru finds out about the Zodiac curse and everything like that, and like she freaks out because they're all like, oh, they turned into animals, like what the fuck kind of thing. So especially in that first episode for sure, and like the delivery man comes and it's all like, oh, what cute animals, here's your food, okay, bye, and then
Yuki pushes him and he like slides, like the way they animated it is like he's like sliding away.
Yeah. Well, no, that was the
oh, that was the newspaper guy.
Yeah, that was with Kagura.
Yeah, the board.
Yeah. I mean, that was like fucking hilarious too. But another thing that I really, really loved about Fruits Basket is that Funimation managed to get almost everybody from the original Dean Studio version to dub their same characters. So Laura Bailey was Toru, Jerry Jewell was Kyo, Eric Val was Yuki, so Justin Cook was freaking Hatsuharu and everything like that. So like they got some of the VAs to voice, the characters that they voiced back in 2001. Well, 2002, really. So that was just so great to see and everything. And of course, I mean, some of the characters, they weren't able to grab the same voice actors. Like the voice actor who played Hiro in the Dean Studio version, he obviously grew up, and his voice dropped dramatically, and he's not gonna go voice a freaking 12-year-old. So but I mean, they got Lucy Christensen to voice Hiro, which I really wasn't too thrilled about. They honestly probably could have gotten someone better, but it was fine. I mean, I feel like that was honestly like my only nitpick about the dub for Fruits Basket. But hearing Christopher Sabat as Ayame always puts a smile on my face, and I want Christopher Sabat to do more flamboyant characters like Ayame instead of doing like the big macho Vegeta Piccolo voices. Mm-hmm. So
it's really funny because like as the episodes went on and they introduced more and more characters, I kept changing who my favorite character was. Like,
it's so hard to figure out which one is your favorite. Like I will for sure forever love Kyo. Like he is my all-time favorite. But out of like the adults, I was always like a Hatsuharu fan, but I like anytime Ayame comes on screen, I just like light up, and I always have a grin from ear to ear, always, anytime he's on, because I just love his personality. It's so great. And I love the episode where Yuki decides to like try and bridge that gap between him and his brother, and he goes to his shop and stuff, and he like he goes to the shop, and then frickin' Ayame is wearing the wedding dress.
Yeah.
and Yuki is all like, is that for you? And then Ayame is like, no, this is for a customer. And he goes, you're using your own measurements? And Ayame goes, well, yeah, he was like about my size, so why not use my own measurements? And Yuki's all like, it's for a man? So like that whole thing is just amazing. But also, the relationship between the two of them grows closer even more, especially when it comes to Yuki's mom. That whole like parent teacher conference episode when frickin' Ayame comes in the picture, like, was pure gold, and I was so happy to see that animated and everything like that. Like, everything is just, I could talk about this show for hours, but I'm not going to.
Feels like it has been hours.
Be quiet. I was originally actually gonna put this as my number one, but I bumped it down because it is like a
sequel.
A sequel.
Well, you've mentioned it every
so.
single year, so there you go.
I have, and it's honestly
not
not
salty.
going to be it's not going to be the end. Like, I'm probably going to literally forever talk about Fruits Basket.
Well,
so.
we'll talk about it again when we watch the movie that's coming out.
Oh
which
my
is a prequel
God,
about
yes.
Toru's parents.
Ooh,
So
I can't wait. I'm going to cry.
I'm probably gonna cry. Yeah, yeah. My number 2 is Odd Taxi. The show's, I mean, I can't. It's like a mystery noir, and it's just about this walrus who's a taxi driver, and like, you know, his comings and goings and interactions between each character, and it just kind of ravels. Each character story kind of intertwines together, and it's this big mystery. Some shady shit is happening. There's some criminal organized crime shit's happening, and he becomes wrapped up in it. And they're all animals, man. It's just like an animal world. And Odokawa, the taxi driver, is a walrus, and it's just Face Johnsons everywhere, right? And you probably think like, oh, Samji, you're number 2 because it's just Face Johnsons. Man,
I mean,
no,
it
dude.
is.
I mean, yes, but no. But like, yes, but like, there's the story in it is just also just really fucking good, and it like, I didn't realize it on the first watch through, but like, if you watch certain parts again and read some like reviews about it, there's certain things that happen like in the beginning, in the first like half of it, where you're like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that it happened or whatever, and it's just really fucking cool. It's kind of like the Sherlock Holmes movie with fucking Robert Downey Jr., you know, and it's like you get to the end, you're kind of wondering about certain parts, and then he explains everything. It's like, oh shit, and it's just like, I don't know, dude. I will say this: there's a movie coming out where it's like a compilation movie, but it adds extra stuff to it, and even like an epilogue part. So I'm very excited about that. This definitely is. There's a reason I have it so high, and I think everybody should watch it. I think most people have enjoyed it. So, but yeah,
I did not, unfortunately.
I can't. I don't want to say. I want to say more. Obviously, I can't say too much because like, you just need to watch it, and it's 12 or 13 episodes, and it's so good. It's really good. I love Odd Taxi. 13 episodes. Sorry, Studio OLM, but it's just character designs, everything. The art style is amazing, and yeah, I love it. It's number 2 for me. All right, Nick, what's your number 2?
Yeah, Odd Taxi's fucking amazing. All right, so my number 2 is Ranking of Kings, and we've already mentioned this one. It's kind of cheating because it's not quite over yet, but it doesn't even. Oh, there's 23. Oh no! Somehow my mal got messed up. It says I've seen all the episodes, but I haven't. Anyway, there's 23 episodes in the show. This is again, this is about Boji. He's like a little tiny boy. He's deaf. He's mute. He's got friends who are supernatural. Like Kage is like this shadow assassin dude, and he also is, you know, he kind of just has to like navigate this world with his disabilities and limitations, but at the same time he has to like rise above and like be the king. And a lot of people are trying to stop him. There's like the magic mirrors trying to like mess with everybody's plans. The old king, like Boji's dad, originally like died early in the show, but then he like kind of comes back, but like we're not sure. The queen is like she's like really loves Boji and wants him to succeed. You know, Boji's brother Daida it's weird because like he seems like the bad guy, but he's kind of not. Like a lot of the characters seem like they're bad, but they're not, or they're good, but they're not. You know what I mean? So just a fantasy, like knights, knights and swords, and that type of fantasy type of show. And like it almost doesn't even look like anime. I don't think we mentioned that. On
Yeah,
the
the art style
previous
is unique. It's
mention
like
of
its own thing. It's very cool. I mean, I've seen some of like that style in other things, but like they take different art styles and kind of meld it into like this kind of, and it's consistent like throughout every character, So
Yeah. It's almost like an older style of anime, like from a decade, like from the 70s or 80s or something.
for sure.
And it's just really, really well done. Great animation. Like everything is fluid. It's like literally coming of age because Boji's supposed to be the same age as Daida, or even a little bit older, right?
He's older than Daida. Yeah, he's like a year or so older, or a year or two older.
What does that make him, like 15 or something?
I don't remember. No, I think
I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's just like a super fun fantasy show. If you like fantasy, just watch it, dude. It's so good.
This is what I mean by you can make a good fantasy without it having being an isekai. Like
Yeah,
that's exactly
it's
what I mean.
not an isekai. It's Wit Studio did a great job with it.
Yeah.
They're also doing Attack on Titan currently, so I don't think Wit Studios made like a bad show.
They're not doing Attack on Titan anymore, but yeah.
Or no, sorry. That's Mappa. They did Attack on Titan until Mappa took over.
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
They did Venom
Until season
Saga.
3.
Yeah, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Ranking of Kings is really good. I can't wait to finish it, honestly.
Ooh, they also did Vivi Fluoride Ice Song. Shout out.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was
I might have put that on my list. I know a lot of people like that one, but
they've done.
I just couldn't quite remember all the details.
They've also done the Great Pretender.
Yeah, Great Pretender.
Yep, that was a Netflix one. That was fun.
Butt flicks.
But
Okay, Danny, what's your number one?
okay, my number one is Tokyo Revengers.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You guys had them flip-flopped.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, so, yeah. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but I will say that if you plan on watching Tokyo Revengers, I highly, highly recommend watching the uncensored version, because it puts the show, so it just flows way better than what Crunchyroll gives us.
Yeah.
So just sail the high seas for it and just watch it uncensored. Yeah, and it's uncensored. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. So, and I would say watch it, and I would also say read it, because the fucking manga is amazing, and I've read it like in 3 days.
Ken Wakui, dude. He's
So
just fucking,
yeah,
don't
I
even
think
know.
he's like right next to the author who did Fruits Basket. He's right next to that. So yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's 50 million copies in circulation right now. Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking amazing,
Yeah.
Reading the latest chapter a couple days ago, I'm just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah,
Can't do
see.
it right now.
I can't do that. I need to wait. Like I'm waiting for all the volumes to come out, or at least a couple of them at a time, so that I can read a good chunk and get my fix
Right.
for it. I can't do chapter by chapter.
Yeah.
That's just, that's withdrawals for me.
I should probably let it go for a couple weeks, but I'll say this, and then I'll go to my number one. But there are a lot of characters in these latest chapters that I
believe
cannot
it.
wait to see animated.
Yeah.
I should have said that earlier when I was talking about it, but yeah. Yeah, dude. My number one is Wonder Egg Priority. And I'll just we talked about what it's about already, but I've rewatched this show a few times since I've watched it the first time. and I didn't want
Wait,
to.
how many times have you watched it?
I've watched it probably. So total times I've seen it is probably 3 times.
That's fucking insane. It's been less than a year.
Yeah,
Why would you rewatch it that many times? What are you, like 5?
Yeah, I like there was a few times where I put it on during work, and because I just
seems like a bad idea.
I just wanted to rewatch it. It was kind of a bad idea, yeah. But there was a few days where it was really slow, so I just was like, I kind of did it mindlessly without thinking about it. I was like, I want to watch Wonder Egg Priority, and I haven't done that with an anime in a long time, and I love this show for many reasons, for many personal reasons. I believe it deserves an EX episode review.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Apparently Kai and Danny were going to do something with it, and I said that to Kai, and he didn't even know that. So, like, which I find super weird because I feel like I loved it the most out of the three of us. But, like, I don't know. I loved the last episode. I'll just say that, and I'll get more into it when we talk about it again, because I believe we're going to. But the last episode wasn't something. It might not have been something I wanted, but it was something I needed. And I thought, like, after thinking about it and rewatching it 3 times, it's definitely become something that I wanted. And maybe I was upset with it at first because I didn't want to look at it like the way I was supposed to look at it. And it just, when you deal with the things like mental health and suicide, and there were some things about it that kind of made it like, oh, come on, that's a little weird, right? Like, that's suddenly this character is a copy of this whatever or that. Or there were some weird things that happened towards the end there that I think some people thought was goofy, and I definitely agree. But that didn't take away that didn't take away from the other reasons why I loved the show. And I think Studio Cloverworks did an insane job fucking animating it, and the character design I think is peak. Like, it's like the character design for the main 4 girls especially I think are amazing. And it's just, after watching it this many times now, I think different of it. I think more highly of it than the initial time I watched it, and have found more things about it that I love. So I want to talk about this again, but I don't want to take up any more time. So yeah, you will definitely hear my more deeper thoughts on it sometime in the future, hopefully. So, but yeah, Wonder Egg Priority is my number 1 of 2021. Absolutely.
And my number 1 is Odd Taxi. This was Sam's number 2, so we're pretty close.
Walrus Face Johnson.
Wait, what's that? What's that noise? Is that Arcane's music? From the top rope, Arcane is the best anime of the year. Wow!
Oh my God.
Nah.
Arcane, League of Legends.
Insert the new emoji that Nick added.
Yeah, the little standing Pepe where he's like, what the hell?
The SpongeBob thing, yeah.
Just Bob.
Yeah.
Okay. If we allowed Arcane, it would be my number 1. However, we don't, so Odd Taxi is my pick. This is kind of like a Quentin Tarantino movie. This show. There's just a lot going on, a lot of like interconnected webs and threads and characters going parallel and then sometimes intersecting. It's just there's the best part about this to me is the conversation and like the dialogue. Because most anime and most like writing and TV and movies in general just have very like simple dumbed down dialogue that's just like super unmemorable or fucking lame, like superhero shit. And this is like actually very smartly written as far as the dialogue.
It's real.
Well, it's actually kind of not real. Like everybody says like they talk in like such a precise way.
Right. Yeah.
But it does still sound pretty natural. And yeah, that's my favorite part about it. But yeah, like it's like a mystery thriller. You got this taxi driver who's a walrus, and he has to just navigate this world. And he what he does is like he engages in small talk with his customers, and each of his customers plays a part in like the grand narrative, like the big story. And like at one point he finds this like social media influencer who takes a photo that goes viral in his taxi cab, and he also gets involved with this like criminal Yakuza type dude, which like each character is a different animal too. Like the Yakuza guy is like a monkey, the influencer is like what is he like?
He's a
Some
hippo.
kind of he's like a hippo. Like an alpaca is like the nurse woman or lady who's like talking to him.
She's so cute.
The gorilla is like is a doctor, and
Yeah,
and so
Gorilla Doctor.
there's also like an idol group that's happening, and they're kind of interweaving. And then you also have this guy who's like addicted to gacha games, and he has like his own little episode that splices into the show too. And there's like so many things going on. I think my favorite ones are the comedy duo, the fast talking comedy duo that's like on the radio. Like one of them starts to ascend in his career, and the other one is kind of like left behind, like the older guy. And so they're trying to cope with that and like figure all that out. And like he's like listening to them on the radio and like in the taxi and stuff. And then eventually they take his taxi. So it's just like so good. Like everything is like really intertwined, really well written. The dialogue is probably some of the best anime dialogue I've seen in a long ass fucking time.
It was Kazuya Konomoto who did the script, by the way.
Yeah. Shout outs. Seriously, we need more of this. It's hard to write good dialogue, to be fair, but
Baku
like,
Kinoshiro.
it's like not even fucking close. Like compare the dialogue to this show to literally every other anime.
Your average
in the
anime,
year.
yeah.
Every single other anime in the year just like is shit compared to this dialogue. So, not to say that they're bad anime, but it's just like it's night and day. So, yeah, Odd Taxi. Secretly, Arcane is my number 1, however. So there we go. It's my number 0.
My favorite Odd Taxi side character is Sekiguchi, who is the polar bear in a tracksuit. It's like the mafia polar bear tracksuit.
Oh yeah, that dude. Oh, there's also like a rapping dude. I forgot what animal.
Yano.
He speaks in rap.
He's rapping while that's like how he talks. That's how he communicates. Which a lot of people hated, but I loved it. He was amazing.
I like that shit. Oh man, and there's like the dog policeman. Like one of them is dumb, one of them's smart. Like,
I think they're beagles or something. Yeah, I don't know. They look like
yeah,
Snoopy.
and like
I
one
don't
of them
know.
is crooked, one of them's not, or something. It's like, oh man, so good.
But then he was like, okay, I don't want to say it. I was about to say something. I won't say it. But yeah, just
everything
watch
wraps up really well in the ending too. Like it has a nicely done ending. There's like a really cool, like reveal at the end, and it's just amazing. Like it's so good. It's a show that like it gets better when you rewatch it too. That's the fun thing about it. A lot of shows don't get better.
I can't wait to watch the movie, dude. I can't wait to watch the fucking movie, to see like what they kind of took out and took in.
Movie in the Woods.
There are also the In the Woods. Yeah, that's what the movie's called. I should have said that. But yeah, like there are some slower parts in the middle, so I wonder if they cut those parts out. But
wait, what is it? Is a retelling of it?
Yeah, it's like a retelling, and then there's like an epilogue part and some other added things to it that kind of rounds it out, I guess.
Oh, it's like Death and Rebirth or something.
Yeah, a little better than that, I think. But yeah, something like that. But yeah, dude. Yeah, there's our top 10, dude. Do we want to? Let's just really quick mention our favorite OPs and EDs without getting too much into it. Obviously, you should go listen to our radio hour if you haven't yet.
We could mention the listener top picks too.
Yeah, we'll do that after. Just real quick, my favorite OP was Dawn by Lisa, which is the Back Arrow OP, the first OP for Back Arrow. That was on my playlist. I didn't even finish Back Arrow, and I just and then my favorite ED was Sugarless Kiss by Suzuko Mimori from Odd Taxi. But the Odd Taxi OP was also amazing. But yeah, dude. What about Danny? What about yours? Favorite OP and ED real quick.
My favorite OP, I mean, it was super hard because there were a lot of really good ones. But
there were, yeah.
Yeah. But I did pick one that I didn't pick for our New
Radio
Year's
hour.
Eve radio hour. So I picked Shake and Shake by Sumika, which is from Pretty Boy Detective Club.
Okay, and your ED?
And my ED is Hoshi no Tabibito That one's by Kageki Shoujo. And that's performed by the voice actors of Watanabe and I.
Okay. What about you, Nick?
For the OP, I could have picked some of the sequels, like Dr. Stone and Kobayashi had good ones.
Yeah,
but
the Kobayashi
I
one
chose,
was really good.
Just to mix it up, I picked Odd Taxi, and it's actually named Odd Taxi
Yeah, it is.
by
yeah.
Skirt and Punpy.
Yeah.
And this one is it's like a super chill opening theme. It's like a slow beat, and it fits like the theme. Usually the OPs are like really fast, but this one's kind of slow. It almost feels like an ending theme, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And it has like pretty simple animations, but they look good. Then the ED for me was from the show Sunny Boy, and this was called Shonen Shoujo by Gingnang Boys. And I don't know if I think I pronounced that right, but
I'm pretty sure that's right, yeah.
This one is probably my favorite song of the year. Another close one is actually Heike Monogatari ED. That one was really good too. It's like a chill rap song. But this one, the Sunny Boy ED like plays into the show numerous times, and especially at the ending of the show. And it's just like super nostalgic. It gives you like that nostalgic, bittersweet feeling, and it's just like it's like perfect. It's like a perfect song. So yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Dude, let's see some of your favorite top 10s here. Kind of go through some of these kind of quick. Snowman, they had two of them. One where they included sequels and one without. But the one with no sequels, they put Sunny Boy, Wonder Egg, Heike Monogatari, Blue Period, Jobless, Reincarnation, Kageki Shoujo. Oh, Kageki Shoujo. Komi-san, Odd Taxi, Dynazenon, and Horimiya. And they said they would have put Ranking of Kings if it had finished. Yeah, it's a solid list, I think. I forgot about Blue Period as well. Blue Period is cool. They put Eurocamp and Beastars in their sequel, and Dragon Maid in their sequels. Zayla initially put a list of 20 and then finally broke it down to 10.
He knew we wouldn't read that.
he put Star Wars Visions, Attack on Titan, Komi, Vivi, Dragon Maid S, Shadow's House, Kageki Shoujo, Yuru Camp, Senpai is Annoying, and The Duke of Death and His Maid.
Oh, Shadow's House had a good ED too, I think.
And then
Was it the ED or the OP? I think it was the ED.
I don't remember. I didn't watch it. I don't remember.
Danny knows.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What do I know?
Then
What?
for Shadow's House.
It was the ED. It was the ED.
Oh, it is
Okay.
the
Go
ahead,
ED.
go ahead.
The ED has more of the vocals than the OP.
The OP.
Yeah.
Bodman put Kageki Shoujo, Senpai is Annoying, Tsukimichi, Odd Taxi, Jobless, Girlfriend. Oh, I forgot about Girlfriend. These Snow White Notes, Aquatope on White Sand.
I thought about that one.
The Vampire Dies in No Time and Miss Nagatoro. And then their top 10
Nagatoro!
their top 10 including sequels is like mostly sequels, which they put like Fruits Basket, ReZero, Slime, Dragon Maid, Iruma-kun.
One Piece.
One Piece. Shout out to Star-Lord 91. They put Attack on Titan, Mushoku Tensei, Jujutsu Kaisen, Fruits Basket, Welcome to Demon School, Kobayashi Dragon Maid S, Komi-san, Fina Pirate Princess, Dr. Stone, and My Hero.
We should do a separate Attack on Titan episode when it finishes.
Yeah, we definitely will. Yeah.
I know we're not really covering it as it's going, but there's actually a lot of other people who are. So, but yeah, once it's done, we're definitely doing an episode on that show.
Yeah. Fruit put Yurutoru Skate. Or Yuru Turu. I think they meant to put the second Yuru Camp. I just realized what they put. Odd Taxi, Super Cub, To Your Eternity, Ranking of Kings, JoJo Part 6, Pui Pui Molcar, Vampire Dies in No Time, Way of the House Husband. Odd Taxi is my number one, but it might have been bumped if ROK, Ranking of Kings, had finished that year. That's what Fruit said. King of Telluride put number one, Ranking of Kings, number two, if you're not first, you're last.
I can respect that.
Gizmo put Sunny Boy, Odd Taxi, Attack on Titan Season 4, Jobless, Horimiya, Wonder Egg Priority, 86, Komi, Vivi, Fluoride's Eye Song, and Dr. Stone Season 2. Mikey Edu-san put Horimiya, Irina the Vampire Cosmonaut, Kageki Shoujo, Dragon Maid S, Jobless, Dynazenon, Super Cub, Case Study of Vanitas, Saint's Power is Omnipotent, and Wonder Egg Priority. Razzle, the old Razzle Dazzle, put Odd Taxi, Sunny Boy, Wonder Egg Priority minus the last episode, Horimiya, Shadow's House, To Your Eternity, Zombieland Saga Revenge, Vivi, Pretty Boy Detective Club, and 86. And then Sen put Wonder Egg Priority, Sunny Boy, Heike Monogatari, Dynazenon, Ranking of Kings, Super Crooks, which they put Pooper Crooks, which is hilarious. I didn't get to watch Super Crooks, and it's one of my favorite comics, so I can't wait to watch that. Megalobox.
That's a Netflix one, right?
That's a Budflix one, yep. Megalobox 2, Super Cub, and Night World. I
would have had Megalobox 2 on my list, but I didn't want to do sequels.
I totally forgot about Night World. I didn't know that was a thing. Is that an anime? What is that? That sound like a... Did that come out? When did that come out?
I have no idea. That must be new.
Oh, yeah. No, spring. Night World anime. Okay,
it's not that new. Never mind.
Yeah, Yoro no Kuni. Yeah, I'll have to give that a watch. And that's that. That's that on that. I think that's all solid lists, all very diverse, very cool. From the people who posted, I can tell that's like your shit. Like that's what you guys like. Very cool, very cool. Definitely got to watch some of these for sure. I forgot about Fina Pirate Princess as well. A lot of Netflix did not get watched this past year for me. So, but yeah. That's very awesome. For those of you who didn't participate, if you happen to see this on Twitter or you still want to put your top 10 to tell us what it is, absolutely tell us. I think 2021 was a good year. There's a lot of anime here that we're going to talk about in its own episode because they were that good. You know what I mean? Like Attack on Titan, Wonder Egg Priority. I definitely want to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen again. Maybe we'll talk. Me and Daniel will do a Beastars episode when it finishes. There's so much. Good stuff here.
With that, I for sure want to do one with Shocking for sure.
Yeah. There's so much good stuff here. Any other honorable mentions from us or no? You guys good or? I like how Nick always does his thing where he writes 20 things and then tries to narrow down from there. That's actually smart. We should do that. Like, probably would have been easier.
I mean, we already mentioned all of them.
We kind of did.
Maruko-chan, I didn't mention.
Oh, okay.
I didn't put it on my list because I felt like it wasn't like complete. Like the ending didn't solve all the answers or answer everything. So,
sure.
Arcane, that's my only one. Fuck everything else.
Oh my God.
Everybody go watch Arcane. It's on Netflix. It is the greatest piece of animation to come out in a long fucking time.
Dan, if you want to just mention yours.
And
real
yes,
quick.
Bob, I'm gonna watch the fucking Ava movies. I'm getting to them. I watched 1.0. I had to catch up for other shit.
Dan, if you want to run through yours real quick.
Jujutsu Kaisen, Dragon Maid S, Megalobox Nomad, Dr. Stone Season 2, My Senpai is Annoying, Koikimo, Those Snow White Notes, and Beastars second season.
Okay, hell yeah. Oh man, what a great year. Honestly, a great year. Do I think 2022 will top it? Maybe. I don't know. I actually don't know. We're supposed to be getting Vinland Saga Season 2.
Not possible. There's no Arcane in 2022.
All right.
God, enough
All
with
right,
that,
dude.
okay?
I'm going to turn this into the Quokka Your Name update.
Oh, God.
Still no word about Season 2 of Arcane. But I thought I'd update you. But yeah, dude. Anyways, there's our Summies. Our sixth
annual.
2021 Summies right there, okay? I love you guys very much. Thank you for listening every week and allowing us to ramble on about our favorite anime. And here's to the year of 2022 anime, and let's see if it tops